Raider Nation, what's going on? You're watching the Raiders Report. I'm going to be doing some 2020 NFL draft coverage because the top 10 picks, they are in the book, which means the Las Vegas Raiders, they're on deck. The New York Jets, they are on the clock right now. And also, I've been live on our main chat sports channel. Go check it out. There's over 58,000 people live watching right now. Let's do a quick recap, though, of how this NFL draft has kind of already gotten done. And it's been pretty chalky. So Joe Burrow, he went number 1 overall to the Cincinnati Bengals. And you saw Chase Young, Jeff Okudah, Andrew Thomas was a little bit interesting there. And then Tua, he went number 5 to the Miami Dolphins. Justin Herbert then went off the board at number 6. Derek Brown at 7. Isaiah Simmons, like the video if you agree with me. Man, I was hoping Isaiah Simmons was going to slide down to us. And then at pick number 9, a player that we've talked about multiple times here on the show, C.J. Henderson. Ends up going to the Jags, and then Jedrick Wills Jr. to the Browns. Special shout-out to everyone. You know what that means, though? That means not a single wide receiver has been taken yet, which means we're going to be getting a top 1. It's just a matter of who. So let me ask you, who will the Raiders draft at pick number 12? I want me some CeeDee Lamb. I would also be very happy with Henry Ruggs. I'd also be very happy with Jerry Jeudy. I think right now, the way that this draft has shifted for this team, you got to be feeling pretty good about it. Shout out to all the people already getting their super chats in here. I can't wait. Who do you think we're going with? This is awesome. I mean, when you think about all of our biggest needs, when you think about everything that we've talked about on not just this show, on a lot of other shows that I've seen on YouTube, and I know a lot of other people are doing a lot of great things. But the fact that the Raiders have a chance now to go get a top receiver, I'm just going to warn y'all right now. If we don't take one of either Jerry Jeudy, CeeDee Lamb, or Henry Ruggs, I'm going to go nuts. I'm going to go a little AWOL. So who will the Raiders draft at pick number 12? Continue to get your votes in. I want to give a shout-out to Caleb Landry for getting his super chat in here. Are we getting Henry Ruggs? Who's that? I'm kidding. Henry Ruggs ran a 4.27 out of Alabama. He is still left on the board. I will be interested to see whether or not the Raiders do just kind of get him as a top option for Derek Carr. I see some people asking me, Mitch, why aren't you wearing any Raiders stuff? Remember, I was just live on our main chat sports channel where we have over 58,000 people live watching. It's a lot of fun over there. So I was over there. Now I came back over here for all y'all. All right. So at pick 11, the Jets, they are currently on the clock. And when the Jets make their pick, I'll let y'all know. Okay. So as soon as that pick is made, I promise you, I will update you as quick as possible. So I'm seeing a lot of people say that it's going to be Lamb. It looks like right now the New York Jets, actually, their pick is in. And it looks like the Jets, they're going to go with offensive tackle Mekhi Becton out of Louisville. So with that being said, that means Jerry Jeudy, CeeDee Lamb, and Henry Ruggs are all still left on the board. And I'll tell you what, it's going to be pretty interesting. And I see Robert Bravo Jr., I've been chugging a lot of beers on the main channel. My bosses told me once I get to $100 in super chats, then I can chug another beer. So keep them coming in here. It's all good. It's all good. But yes, the New York Jets, they have gone with Mekhi Becton. Which, what does that mean? That means Jerry Jeudy, that means CeeDee Lamb, that means Henry Ruggs are all still on the board. So I want to know from all of y'all, who do you think that this Raiders team is going to go out and get? Are we going to go out and get a CeeDee Lamb? Are we going to go out and get a Jerry Jeudy, a Henry Ruggs? It's going to be interesting, nonetheless. It is going to be very, very interesting. I'm seeing a lot of Judys. I'm seeing some Lambs now thrown in there in the comments. I see a Henry Ruggs. Oh, man, I'm getting nervous. Getting really, really nervous here. So the Raiders, they're on the clock. And if I do have a favor to ask, okay, if you guys could like the video for me, that would be great. If you guys could share it on YouTube, on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter, that'd be great. K-Rock says, Lamb, shout out to my daughter, Maddie Dagger. Appreciate you. Raiders will trade the number 12 pick. That one's from Moises Calderon. I see Classic Cal Racer number 9. How excited are you to see Mike Mayock and John's picks from Classic? Dude, can't flip and wait. I see Ruben in there. Says Jose is a whack. I don't know what that means. Robert Bravo, I promise you I will be chugging a beer here soon. And then Devon Gray says, thank God we have our own channel. Those other people are annoying. I mean, I think they do a great job. So make sure you guys are always tuned in here. So who are the Raiders going to draft at 12? I mean, this is what it's all about, right? Think about all the mock drafts we've done. Think about all the trade shows we've done, all the rumor shows we've done. It comes down to this moment here. So last year's draft, the Raiders, they went out and took Cleveland Ferrell, number 4 overall. I like Cleveland. I thought it was a little bit early. I thought we had an absolute home run with Josh Jacobs, and I really like Jonathan Abram. I know he went down with an injury last year. So the Super Chats are starting to come through here. If it's CeeDee Lamb, I'm chugging a beer, okay? Like, it's going to happen. Like, I will chug a beer 100% if it's CeeDee Lamb, because I'm going to go absolutely nuts. Going to go absolutely nuts. Appreciate also, though, seriously, guys, all the Super Chats. We will get to them. Seeing a CeeDee Lamb chug it. CeeDee Lamb, let's go. I'm sure hoping so. Fingers crossed. We'll give some shout-outs here to some of the people. Get some votes in. Got close to 900 people watching. I see a lot of CeeDee Lambs. I see Henry Ruggs. I think it's between those 3 players. So how about this? If you think it's CD, type CD. If you think it's Lamb, oh geez, I'm losing my mind. If you think that it's Jerry Jeudy, type JJ. If you think it's Henry Ruggs, type HR. So get those votes in. Get them in there. And you know what? I'm already going to get it ready. I'm going to get my beer ready. I'm going to tell somebody in the back to go get me one, because when this pick goes down, I'm getting hyped no matter what. Sure. Yeah, Corona. Looks like we're getting a Corona. Hey, right? It's all good. All right, so we got close to 1,000 people. If y'all could like the video as well, I would definitely appreciate that. We got over 300 comments per minute. I'm actually seeing now close to 1,200 people live. Get your votes in right now. Who the Raiders will pick at number 12. Who are they going to go with, okay? We got 1,200 people watching. Get your votes in here. If you haven't seen our channel before, we are a live and interactive channel, all for the diehard Raider fans. So what I want you to do is click subscribe and turn on those notifications, okay? So get those votes in. Get those votes in, all right? Who are the Raiders picking? And the pick is in. The Raiders pick is in. Who are they going with? The number 12 pick, the Las Vegas Raiders have selected wide receiver. The Raiders have selected a wide receiver. It's official. The Raiders have gone with a wide receiver. The Las Vegas Raiders have selected Henry Ruggs out of Alabama. When you talk about Ruggs, you got to talk about the speed. He runs a 4.27 40-yard dash. I know that a lot of y'all wanted CeeDee Lamb. I know a lot of y'all wanted Jerry Jeudy. But if there's something that Mike Mayock wanted to add to this offense, it was speed. And Henry Ruggs is going to be able to give you that speed. He's going to be able to give you that vertical depth. Now, I know a lot of people might say, hey, Mitch, what about the numbers? You're looking at the numbers right now, what he did last season at Alabama. 40 catches, 746 yards. He averaged, though, that's the important number, 18.6 yards per catch and 7 touchdowns. When Henry Ruggs touches the football, things happen. And I think when you look at our offense and his ability to not just go deep, but his ability to go underneath, that's a big, important part of our offense. And I think that's one of the reasons here why Mike Mayock and why Jon Gruden decided to go with Henry Ruggs over a CeeDee Lamb, over a Jerry Jeudy Jr. And I think both of those players are very talented. But, I mean, if there's one thing you can't teach, it's speed. And I think depending on how the Raiders use Ruggs, I am very, very curious to see how this one goes. And I think we can all agree on this. Al Davis would be a very, very happy man by seeing Henry Ruggs go. So I want you guys to grade the pick. Round 1, pick number 12. And remember, I'm going to be live until the Raiders pick at 19 as well. So A, B, C, D, or give it an F. I want you to throw it in the comments section below. I want you to grade the pick. A, B, C, D, or F. Henry Ruggs is our outside speedster. That one's from Tedford Von Patriot. I promised y'all that I'd chug a beer after the pick, so get your votes in. That's what we're doing here. Cheers to y'all. Much love. Round 1, pick number 12. Henry Ruggs. Oh, man, we got a speedster. Dude, I'm hyped. I know a lot of people are going to be like, Mitch, are you upset? No. We got a number 1 receiver. I think that's the important thing here, okay? That's the real important thing here. So I do want to give a special shout-out to our sponsor, Black Sunday, who is sponsoring all 5 picks here for the Las Vegas Raiders with their first 5 picks. So my question is, do y'all wear hats? Okay? Do you wear hats? Y for yes, or I want you to type N for no, okay? For me, I am a hat wearer. I posted a picture on my IG wearing one of these bad boys, and I'm telling you right now, Black Sunday, they have awesome, awesome gear. So if you wear hats, I got something special for you. So I want you to go to chatsports.com/Black Sunday hat. You can see the hat up on screen. They're dope as hell. And yes, that's the logo below, Black Sunday. And for only the draft, okay? So as soon as the draft is over, this deal not going to be good anymore. So 20% off. Use the promo code DRAFT, okay? DRAFT20. That's going to save 20% off. So they got all sorts of stuff, though. They got stickers, okay? They got T-shirts. I love this one. This one's freaking awesome. Josh Jacobs, Ruthless. They got all that stuff at Black Sunday. And if you want something, go there. But if you want that hat that you see up on screen, go to chatsports.com/Black Sunday hat. And again, save 20% off. I'll put it in the comments. I'll put it in the description. Go grab your team. Always, right? Always. So I also am going to be doing a giveaway. So I do really, really appreciate Black Sunday for not only sponsoring the first 5 picks here, they're also going to be hooking you all up with some giveaways. So if you want some free gear from Black Sunday, all you got to do is type Black Sunday in the comments. Now, I'm not going to be the one that picks the winner, okay? I'm not going to pick the winner. Actually, you know what? Maybe I will. You guys want me to pick the winner? I think I can. So if you want some free swag from Black Sunday, I want you to type Black Sunday, okay? Type it in the comments section. Spam it in there. Let's go. We're going to pick a random winner. It's all good. Okay, so what I'm giving away on today's show is a bandana. So they have awesome bandanas, and if you want a chance to win, you got to go give me a follow on Instagram right now, at Mitchell Renz 365. So I'm going on my phone. While I'm going on my phone, I'm going to show you what the bandana looks like so you kind of have an idea of what you guys have a chance to win. And basically what's going to happen is from one of the random people that follow me in the next 60 seconds, I'm going to pick one of y'all, and I'm going to get you shipped out a bandana. So I think they're pretty dope. I think everything that I think of a Raider fan repping, you can wear these things all the time. And I'll also say this. I wore one of these the other day to Kroger. I got some weird looks, but hey, when you're repping the team, I think that's what it's all about. So I'm getting a lot of Black Sundays coming in here. I see Creature Feature, Isaiah the Amigo, Kickin' Chicken 62, Ghost of the Coast, Fancy Anna. Appreciate y'all. I'm going to pick one random winner. I see Raider Nation 10, Scrappy Does, Villa Cravens, Edwin, M. Buckets. Also, if you guys just want a shout out, we can work on that as well. I got Lola 209, Edgar 925, Marcus 1815. So the winner of the Black Sunday giveaway, and you're going to have 24 hours, okay, to claim your prize. So DM me on Instagram. The winner is going to be Myco_Carla. So Myco_Carla. Your looks like Miguel Queen or something like that is in your bio. Message me on Instagram at Mitchell Renz 365. You have 24 hours to claim your prize. Let's get into a live Q&A now. So if you want to get your questions here on the show, use hashtag Raiders, or you can super chat, okay? So use hashtag Raiders to get your questions on the show, or you can super chat. And right now, the San Francisco 49ers, they're trading back. They're trading back to pick number 14, and they're trading it with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. That's pretty interesting. So I'm curious what the Buccaneers are going to do here. I mean, if they were to go wide receiver, this would be one of the most dynamic offenses in the entire NFL. So we will get to some Raiders questions. I do just want to keep you guys up to date on what is exactly happening on the NFL draft. So use hashtag Raiders, or you can super chat. But at pick number 12, the Las Vegas Raiders, they selected speedster wide receiver out of Alabama, Henry Ruggs III. And yeah, as you can see, he was Tom Downey's number 3 wide receiver. He was also my number 3 wide receiver on the board. But if you're looking for speed, if you're looking for just overall what you can bring to a team, I think Ruggs is going to impact our special teams. I think Ruggs is just going to impact our overall offense. And now you have to absolutely respect what he's going to be able to bring to this football team. And don't get me wrong, I wanted CeeDee Lamb, and I would have loved to have Jerry Jeudy. But y'all can say it with me. In Mike Mayock, we trust. And if Mayock thinks that this is the best route for us to go, I'm going to trust him. And I think that's the route that this team needs to go in. Now, you're building around Derek, but maybe we could see some extra wide receivers potentially sliding down the board. And I know Tedford Von Patriot, he sent in a $20 super chat. He says he absolutely loves it. So, again, though, we're about to get into a Q&A. So make sure you guys are using hashtag Raiders. All right, we got my man Floor Ninja _Surge. Do we take another wide receiver, or we take Henderson at 19 if he's on the board? So C.J. Henderson was already taken at pick number 9 to the Jags, so he is no longer on the board. I think other cornerbacks that you could look at if you're looking at that position at pick 19, you could look at a Jeff Gladney. You could look at a Christian Fulton. You could look at an A.J. Terrell. Personally, that'd be a little bit too high for me. Jalen Johnson's also been a name thrown out there. But if we're going to go cornerback, I think it's either between Christian Fulton or Jeff Gladney. But could we go another receiver? I mean, if Jerry Jeudy or if CeeDee Lamb are still on the board, it's going to be something we'll talk about. Let's go to Zach. What up, Zach? Get a picture, my man. Do we keep number 19 or trade down and pick up more picks? You know what, Zach? I've talked about the Raiders moving on and getting some extra draft picks in round 2, and I think it's a possibility. But I'm going to ask you, do you think that the Raiders are going to trade down from pick 19? I want you to give me a Y for yes, or I want you to give me an N for no, okay? Y for yes, or an N for no. And I also have a few extra details on that trade between the 49ers and Bucks. So the 49ers, they traded pick 13 and 245. The Bucks traded 14 and 117. So just to move up one pick is a difference of over 100 picks. That's a lot. That's a lot. So we have a lot of different things going down. And if you guys want to get your questions here on the show, make sure you're using hashtag Raiders. So we got Miguel. What up, Miguel? You know you're my dude. Lamb should have got picked. I mean, did I want CeeDee Lamb? Yes. I mean, you guys, if you watch the show, you'll know that I wanted them. However, I trust Mike Mayock. And also, I believe that Henry Ruggs is a speedster, and he's going to be a great option. It's not like it's an absolute miss. I don't think it's a miss at all. If I'm giving it a grade, I'm going to give it a B+. We needed a receiver. We went out and got one. So I'm okay with it. And also, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, their pick is in. I'll announce it after I answer Raider J's question. We need to trade back at 19 to receive a second-round pick. I think it depends who's on the board. And I think if there's one thing that we've learned in this draft, not a lot of trades have happened. And I thought a lot more would happen. But if players continue to slide down the board, hey, I mean, it's something that we could see. So will the Raiders make a round 1 trade? I want you to type Y for yes, or I want you to type N for no. So let us know in the comment section. Y for yes or N for no. Now, when I think about the trade that just went down, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they did just trade with the San Francisco 49ers. And the Buccaneers, they're going to go with Tristan Wirfs out of Iowa. And honestly, I think the Tampa Bay Buccaneers got an absolute steal here. I mean, I think Tristan Wirfs is a very, very talented player, and he was my number 1 offensive tackle. You can see up here on the board, he was our number 9 overall player in this mock draft, or in this NFL draft. I'm so used to saying mock. But Wirfs, 436 snaps at Iowa. He allowed 2 sacks, had 2 quarterback hits, and 3 quarterback hurries. If you're looking for a player that's going to be able to protect Tom Brady, I mean, it's Tristan Wirfs. So, honestly, I think this is a very, very good pick here for this Tampa Bay Buccaneers team. And I see James Castro says, wow. I agree. I also see some people disagreeing with the Henry Ruggs pick. We will get back into it. But remember, this is live draft coverage of the 2020 NFL draft, I'm not going to just talk about the Raiders. Now, don't get me wrong. I will mainly just talk about the Raiders. However, I will talk about the other teams as well as the picks happen. So because the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they traded from 14 up to 13, that now means the San Francisco 49ers are on the clock. I think that means y'all should just start booing right now. Pretend I'm Roger Goodell and boo me out of the screen, okay? Boo me off the screen. Because anytime we're going to talk about the 49ers, I think I deserve to get booed. But the Raiders, yes, they did go with Henry Ruggs. And if you guys want to get your questions here now on the show, use hashtag Raiders, or you can super chat. If you want to make me do some more fun things, I think we got like a roulette wheel. We got all sorts of crazy things. So if you guys want to have some fun, send in those super chats. Challenge me to do something. $10 super chat. We'll do some truth or dares, and we'll have a good time. So what up, Baller? Baller Nico. Do we draft another wide receiver or defensive player on our next pick? So I will say this. I think the fact that there's been a lot of trade rumors around P.J. Hall and around the Raiders potentially moving on from him, if Javon Kinlaw is there at 19, with all the people that I trust saying that the Raiders could go out and get a defensive tackle, I actually think that's a pretty important position to kind of look at. So Javon Kinlaw, if he's there, I think they could go that route. Kayvon Chasen is an edge rusher out of LSU. I personally don't think they go that route. If I'm the Raiders, I go Christian Fulton or I go Jeff Gladney personally. Y'all know that I like Christian Fulton a lot. But the Raiders right now, we know that they have 2 first-round picks. 12 was Henry Ruggs. Number 19 is the next. They had a very good free agency class. They already addressed the linebacker position. Corey Littleton, Marcus Mariota, Nelson Aguilar, Demarius Randall. We already addressed our biggest need at wide receiver. I still think that we could go out and get another receiver later on in the draft, maybe round 3, maybe round 4, round 5. But with cornerback, linebacker, offensive guard still there, I would even make the argument running back, defensive tackle are bigger needs than quarterback. We'll see who is left on the board here for the Raiders. But this is how picks 9 through 12 shook out. And then the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they ended up going with Tristan Wirfs. So the Raiders, we're going to be waiting a few more picks. But luckily with all y'all, we got 1,700 people watching us live right now. So we're going to be having a good time and get your questions in here. So I see one from Moises Calderon. It says, what if CeeDee or JJ fall to number 19? If that happens, I will go nuts. If one of those two fall to 19 again, I almost think you have to take one of them, or maybe it seemed like the Eagles trades up. I don't think it gets to that point because I don't think that a receiver gets by Denver, and I don't think a wide receiver, honestly, gets by the Eagles, who I think would actually trade up to try to get one of those guys. So, but it'd be something. All right, let's go to Raider Joker. What up, brother? Appreciate you. Should we draft A.J. Terrell or Jeff Gladney? If I had to pick between just those two players, I would go Jeff Gladney. I like Gladney a little bit more in terms of upside. I think A.J. Terrell and Trayvon Mullen would work great together. I really do believe that since they have that chemistry already from Clemson. But, I'm going to go with the player who I think has insane upside in Jeff Gladney. And if you watch my most recent mock draft, I had Jeff Gladney in that mock, and I think in terms of just athletic ability, he's scrappy. He's exactly what I want in a Raider. Plus, he likes to tackle, which I think is a very hard quality to find in corners. So that's probably who I'd end up going with. So make sure you guys are using hashtag Raiders or Super Chat to get your questions on air. I see a Super Chat that just came across the board from Klisman Michael. So we'll get to that in just a second, and then we'll get to all your other questions. I know there's a lot that's flowing in right now. So what up, Klisman? Appreciate you. Mitch! Ruggs is 5'11", but 6'1" with cleats. Okay, it sounds like you're the guy that runs how tall I was in college for baseball. He has hops and speed. I'm digging this. What about you? I don't know if my other chat went through. Having tech issues. Go Raiders. Chug up. So, actually, the only way I'm chugging a beer is it's got to be over I think we have to hit the another 100 mark. So right now we're at I think close to 200. I'll make you a deal. If we can get a few more super chats, we'll chug another beer. But I got to work until 2 o'clock in the morning. So I'll do some more, though. We'll have a good time. I'll make you all a deal, okay? I'll make you all a deal. for the Raiders pick at 19, if we can get some more super chats going, I'll start chugging some more beers at 19, okay? You guys have my word. But in my opinion on Henry Ruggs, I like Ruggs. I mean, it's hard not to like him. It wasn't Lamb, wasn't Judy, but guess what? I'm totally on board with it. And this is why. I mean, this is a perfect example here from Ray Money Ram. And Mayock, we trust. I agree. I trust Mike Mayock to make the right picks. And don't get me wrong, I think I'm good at what I do, and I know a lot of y'all are very intelligent as well. But I think after the draft that this team had last year, you have to be able to trust what they did. So I'm going to trust what they did, and I'm going to hope that Henry Ruggs, who stands for HR, is a home run. If that was cheesy, sorry, that's what you're getting here on today's show. So I do see another super chat rolling in here, which we'll get after this weigh-in. Do you trust Mike Mayock? Y for yes, N for no. If you don't type Y, I don't think you're a real Raider fan. I mean, like, I don't understand how you could possibly think that Mike Mayock isn't an intelligent dude. Like, I don't understand that whatsoever. So I'm typing my Y for yes. I want everyone watching the show right now to type their Y for yes because, yeah, I trust Mike Mayock. I trust Mike Mayock with my life. Mike, if you want to come on the show, you let me know, my man. You let me know. Oh, boy. Yeah, a lot of Ys. All right, Brian, Joseph, Warren, Ben Over says Y for yes. All right, what up, Dale Webb Jr., Las Vegas Raider Nation. Do the Raiders trade for Yannick Ngakoue and draft Diggs at 19? So, I don't know if they're going to go Trayvon Diggs out of Alabama at 19. I've seen very mixed opinions on Diggs, honestly. I've seen a lot of people that like him. I've seen a lot of other people not like him. However, Yannick Ngakoue has been something that we have talked about on the Raiders Report about a month ago. And yes, there are trade rumors circulating around him. Apparently what the deal is it is Yannick Ngakoue and a second for the Raiders 19. Y'all can let me decide whether or not you'd want that. What up, Louie? How can you be happy with CeeDee on the board? Because I'm happy because our biggest need was wide receiver. Am I, like, over the moon happy? No, I wanted CeeDee Lamb. I think I've made that obvious. But also, our biggest need was wide receiver, and I've said it multiple times. If we can get one of the big three, I'll be happy. And I am happy. I'm just not ecstatic. I think there's a difference. What up, Kazar? Appreciate the super chat. What type of beer? We have Corona. We have Corona beer. So, yes, we will drink some more Corona. So, but the pick is in. The San Francisco 49ers, they're going to go with Javon Kinlaw out of South Carolina. So this is a pretty interesting move considering the fact that the 49ers, they traded up to pick number 13, and I honestly thought they were going to take a receiver, but you traded away DeForest Buckner, and now you're probably going to be able to reinsert Javon Kinlaw on that defensive line, and he was the number 2 lineman on defense, or the defensive lineman on Downey's big board, 12th overall. I think in terms of what he's going to be able to bring to this team, I mean, he's going to bring some nastiness up front. I know the Raiders personally were a little bit worried about his, we'll say, childish behavior here and there, but he did dominate at the Senior Bowl. He is a very, very talented player, and if you're looking at sheer upside, I mean, there is no doubt that he has that. But the Niners, though, I think it's fair to say, I'm talking about the Niners. And now I got to talk about the Donkeys. So can we get some boos in the comments section? Pretend I'm Roger Goodell. Every single time I announce a pick for a team that y'all don't like, every time that I announce a pick that's not the Raiders, I want you to boo me. You know what? I want you to give me the middle finger emoji. I don't care. Boo me. Boo me, boo me. Because that's not the teams I want to talk about. So, which means now the Donkeys, they're on the clock. Boo me. Yes, you guys are going to get it. You guys are going to get it. Okay, so the Denver Donkeys, they're on the clock. Just pretend like I am like 60 years old. I'm in my basement, which apparently is like my mother's basement, and you guys don't like me at all. Which actually could all be true. You guys don't know. I got a green screen for all y'all know. But no, I'm live here in Chat Sports Studios in Dallas. Very, very far away from my team because we can't be near each other. But we wanted to come into the studio. We wanted to be live for y'all the way that y'all deserve. And I just want you to know that I appreciate everyone here. So while the Broncos are on the clock, we will get into some questions, but if you could subscribe to the channel, I personally would greatly appreciate that. So the Big C, man, it's not slowed us down at all. We continue to make daily videos, and for all y'all wondering where I was for pick 1, I was on our main chat sports channel, which is right now up to like 58,000 people live watching. Like, they're having a good time over there. I'm kind of missing them a little bit. We were chugging beers. We were doing all sorts of stuff. But if you're a diehard Raider fan, if you bleed silver and black, and if you are not subscribed, click that sub button. But how about this? If you are subscribed, I would greatly appreciate it because this show pays my bills. This show puts food on my table. I don't do anything else. And I love what I do, and I love being able to interact with y'all. And I think Raider Nation taught me that you don't have to be blood to be family, and that's why I'm a Raider fan now. So if you could take the link, youtube.com/Raiders Report, and if you could share it to all your Raider fans and tell them to subscribe, man, I would be very, very honored, and I would appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. So please, please, please click that sub button if you're a diehard Raider fan. And also, we're going to be doing giveaways. So shout out to Black Sunday for hooking us up with a whole bunch of stuff. They got awesome t-shirts. I'm actually going to duck off the screen real quick because when you get the stuff from Black Sunday, they actually really hook it up. They do a really good job. Look at this box. Look at that. This thing's legit. Man, they got hats. They do all sorts of stuff. I'll even wear a bandana. Look at this thing. All sorts of stuff. Actually, I love this shirt with Marcus Allen. This one's really dope. But if you guys want to get hooked up with Black Sunday, just remember, use promo code DRAFT20. Okay? We'll get you guys set up for the draft. You guys know. I'm always trying to just, fiddle with boxes. Giggity. Okay, let's get back into some questions now. Hit that sub button. I'll put it in the comments. It's in the description as well. So if you want to get on the show, use Super Chat, or you can use hashtag Raiders. I know I have some Super Chats in there, so before I get to those, I'll go to my man Swaggy Boy. What up, Swaggy Boy? Hey, Mitchell. We might have another chance at receiver. You're not wrong. I think if the Broncos pass on a receiver here, which I'll be honest, not going to happen because they have already selected a receiver. So that means there's only one left. However, the receiver that the Denver Broncos ended up going with was not CeeDee Lamb. It was not CeeDee Lamb. So the Denver Broncos, they ended up passing on Lamb, and they go out and get a player who I actually thought they were going to have to trade up for and get. So at pick number 15, remember, I'm Roger Goodell. As soon as I announce this pick, I want y'all to start booing, okay? So as many boos as we can get in the comments section. So at pick number 15, the Denver Donkeys select Jerry Jeudy, the number 2 wide receiver on our board, number 8 overall. And I actually think that Jeudy is going to be able to fit this Denver offense pretty well. He's going to help out Drew Luck. He's going to help Cortland Sutton, Deshaun Hamilton. I am a little bit worried about the offense that the Broncos are building. I am worried about the other teams in our division. You have to be, right? Keep your friends close, but your enemies closer. And the fact that the Broncos now are building that offense does make me a little bit nervous. And the fact that Jerry Jeudy, the fact that he's now a Bronco, I think at pick number 19, if Christian Fulton, if Jeff Gladney are there, you got to at least consider it. But also, somebody who else is still on the board, it's CeeDee Lamb. I mean, I know I said I'd be pretty surprised if both receivers were still on the board. But, I mean, if CeeDee Lamb is on the board at 19, I mean, y'all better make the move. That's all I'm saying. So, I told y'all, okay? I told y'all to type boo. And y'all should type boo. I told y'all should type boo because every time I make a pick for either the Broncos or for any team that y'all don't like, I want you to boo me, okay? Because I don't want to make the picks either. So that means right now on the clock is the Atlanta Falcons. With the Falcons on the clock, I want you all to start thinking, okay? So you got the Falcons at 16, the Cowboys at 17, the Dolphins at 18. I mean, the fact that I don't know if the Falcons, I don't think, need a receiver. The Cowboys, I don't think that they need a receiver either, but CeeDee Lamb, I think if he fell to them, you'd have to at least consider it. At pick number 18, the Dolphins, they could probably go out and get Lamb. But, I mean, in terms of, like, teams that could potentially trade up, you could also be seeing, like, the Philadelphia Eagles are a team to watch here. And right now there is a little bit of a delay in the draft because Raj Goodell decides he needed to change his wardrobe. Good job, Roger. Good job. All right, you guys have been great. I appreciate it. Let's see who's been typing boo. We'll give some shout-outs here. I got David Bello, James Moorhead. There you go. Marlon J. Davis. I got Hunter Owens, who needs to get a picture. Kevin Yance. Come on, get those boos flowing in here. Dominic Perez. I see you. I don't actually see you, though, because you don't got a pic. Just like Bloody Monkey 39. What does that mean? I got Oscar. What up, Oscar? Jeremy Cole. Shout out to you. Mauricio Lopez Rodriguez. I'm really going to start testing some of these names here. Kent McPeters. Brandon Willis. Hunter Mitchell. Alice Moya. Okay, I see you guys. Keep typing boo. Abner Ortega. We're just giving shout-outs. That's what we're doing. Producer Dylan's like, hey, I want to give shout-outs. All right, Jordan, what up, brother? So remember, you guys can use hashtag Raiders, or you guys can super chat to get your questions here on the show. And remember, if you want a Black Sunday hat, okay, you guys can see the link below. Go to chatsports.com/Black Sunday hat. You can get the one with like the Raiders logo. Here's another one. But when you go there, use promo code DRAFTDAY20. You're going to save 20%, okay? This deal is only good for the draft. As soon as the draft ends, no more deal. So chatsports.com/Black Sunday hat. It's in the description. I'll put it in the comments below as well. Go rep your team. Hooking you guys up with 20% off. Also, go support Black Sunday. They're an awesome group of guys. Shout out to Black Sunday. Okay, do you think the Raiders draft selection was a good one? I do think it was a good one. I don't know if it was an excellent one because CeeDee Lamb's still on the board. But, I mean, I think it's a good one. I give it a B+ grade. I think we needed the number one receiver. We go out, we get the fastest guy. Mike Mayock wanted to add outside speed. We did that. We give Derek Carr number one option. I think Henry Ruggs can be that number one option. So I do think it was a good one. I think it's even borderline great. We're filling a major need. I love Henry Ruggs. He's a really good receiver. Let's go to Doer 432. If we can get a CeeDee Lamb at 19, you got to chug 2 beers, Mitch. Okay, I'll make you a deal. I said before I would chug 2 beers. If we get CeeDee Lamb at pick number 19, and if we get CeeDee Lamb at pick 19, and if everyone watching the video right now, okay, likes it, I'll chug a beer. I'll chug 2 beers. Let me try to find the exact numbers here on how many people are watching the show right now, okay, and how many likes we have. And we're going to give some verbal shout-outs. Okay, so Dylan says, if we get to 500 likes, I'm going to chug a beer. 500 likes and I'll chug a beer. Whew. I'm about it. We can have some fun. So 500 likes and I'll chug a beer. That's from Dylan. So Dylan makes the rules here. I don't make the rules. I just want you guys to know that. Like, I know I'm the one you see, but if you think I have any say whatsoever, y'all are crazy. Dylan's the one making the rules. Dylan, you do realize that we have 839 likes. I just hit it? Guys, be honest with me. So I didn't see how many likes we had. Is Dylan just effing with me? Is Dylan effing with me? Because for us to be at 900 right now is ridiculous. You know what, Dylan? Can you go grab me a Corona? And I'm going to leave this up on screen. Yeah, get something else up. How about that? How about something else? All right, Dylan's going to go grab a beer. Okay, and if you want to shout out, Dylan's going to grab me a beer, and I'm getting my phone right now. And if you guys want to shout out, I'll give some shout outs to some of the people here on IG. So if you follow me, I already see somebody says, Chef Curry says, let's go, bro. We got him for the nation. Shout out to Jeff. We got Oscar, period, HH_11. Jeanette, 32978. Dr. Huey and the woman. Okay, I got you. So if you guys want to shout out right now as we're waiting for the Falcons to get their pick in. We'll give some shout outs here. So I see Moto_Rat505, Sky Kelly 94. The Falcons pick, it is in. Dylan. Wow. The Atlanta Falcons go cornerback A.J. Terrell out of Clemson. Now, I like A.J. Terrell. However, he is, I think it's a little bit early for Terrell. I think he's a good player, but I know the Falcons had a need at corner. But the fact that they go Terrell here, I do think it's a little bit early. Now, I know some of you were saying, wait a minute, could Terrell have gone to the Raiders? Yeah, I think that there was at least a chance. I did. But the fact that now he's off the board, I am really starting to get curious here who the Raiders could go out and get, because they're in the hole, okay? Because, I mean, right now the Dallas Cowboys, they're on the clock, so boo me for saying Cowboys. And then at pick number 18 is the Dolphins. And then 19, again, is the Raiders, and CeeDee Lamb is still on the board. This is surprising to me, right? This is very, very surprising, the fact that A.J. Terrell actually did, in fact, go over a player like CeeDee Lamb. I'm actually surprised that he's fallen this far. So the top 16 picks, we're halfway through the first round. That's crazy. We are halfway through the first round of the 2020 NFL Draft. So here are the picks that just went down. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they traded up to go get Tristan Wirfs. Then the San Francisco 49ers, they take Javon Kinlaw. Jerry Jeudy went to the Denver Broncos at pick 15. And A.J. Terrell, he's going to go to the Atlanta Falcons at pick 16. Interesting. Seeing some stuff go down here. So the next 4 picks of the 2020 NFL Draft are the Dallas Cowboys, the Miami Dolphins, Las Vegas Raiders, and the Jacksonville Jaguars. I'm curious to see if we see a trade. I'm curious to see if we see a trade here relatively soon. So I do want to give a shout out to Jason, R. Perez 10, Louis Colt, Supreme Arts QC. Much love, my man. Dominica _8, Grandma Sugars 2. Much love to all y'all. So Tom is screaming in the background in the other studio. I can hear Tom down in the other studio saying the Dallas Cowboys need to draft CeeDee Lamb. Tom, shut your mouth. That's not what I want. I want CeeDee Lamb to the Raiders. I mean, let's be real. I mean, if that happens, you gotta go out and get him. So the fact that the Cowboys, they are on the clock, and I think when you think about their biggest needs, they have a need at cornerback. I mean, you have to be able to fill the holes of a Byron Jones, which is why I think that they could go out and they could take a player, like a Christian Fulton. Why you could see them go out and get a player like a Jeff Gladney out of TCU. But wide receiver is a big need as well. Yes, they already have Amari Cooper. Boo me for that. But you lost Randall Cobb. If you really want to invest in Dak Prescott, maybe going and getting him another receiver is the way to do that. So we'll see what happens here. But the Cowboys, they are on the clock. We got 2,600 people watching. Who's hyped? I can't believe CeeDee's still on the board. All right, I'm going to go through here some super chats. Shout out to Jack Bishop. So if you hate the Cowgirls, type me, because I hate the Cowboys. I always think it's funny. People are like, Mitch, you're a Cowboys fan, right? Because you live in Dallas. I'm like, no. I moved to Dallas 2 years ago. I grew up hating the Cowboys. And I always think it's funny when people are like, Mitch, you're a Cowboys fan because you live in Dallas. Dude, if there's a team that I dislike the most, it's Dallas. So I want you to type me. I want every single person typing me. Everyone. All right, let me see. I'm going to go shout out some super chats we've had in. Stephen Williams, John Salas. Much love from Phoenix, Arizona. Omar says F. Jon Gruden. I don't know why I read that. Jack Bishop. So for those of you, Raider Nation for life, baby. Wasn't expecting Ruggs, but I'm happy. Can't believe this season. Let's make it happen. Also, chug that beer. That one's from Ride and Nornator. Okay. I'll chug the beer. I'm pumped up. You want me to chug? Type chug. We got 276 messages a minute. For us having a Cowboys hater thing up here, I'm actually disappointed that we don't have more. So what I want you to do Somebody said, shut up, Tom. So if you're over 21, okay, if you're over 21, I want you to get your drink out with me because here at the Raiders Report, I can't wait till I can tailgate with y'all very, very soon. And I hope that we can have a good time again. And this draft show is all about having a good time. I've been trapped in my house. I know y'all been trapped in your house as well. So I just want to say this. Once this craziness is over, I promise you we're going to get together and we're going to have some fun. If you're under 21, go get a carton of milk. Go get a root beer. We're going to chug this. You ready? Here we go. Cheers. Cheers. And I want you, while I'm doing this, I want you to predict the pick, okay? Looks like we're going to go full screen. Okay, Dill. I see you. I see you. Hang on a sec. Let me like rep. Let me rep a little bit. Hang on. I'm going to rep. Doesn't fit on my head with this. All right, here we go. Just win, baby. Black Sunday. Shout out to the guys. All right, so I'll be honest. I really underestimated the idea of wearing a hat with the headset. It didn't work out very well. So if you guys do want to go get a hat, though, you can see the link below, chatsports.com/Black Sunday hat, and use promo code DRAFT20. You're going to save 20% off. So that's the hat that where if you go to the link, chatsports.com/Black Sunday hat, the one you see below, it's going to take you to that one. But they have tons of awesome gear. And, I mean, y'all know that I've had a lot of sponsors on the show. Y'all know that I rep out a lot of content. But y'all can agree, this is the coolest flipping Raiders hat y'all have ever seen. This is slick. I mean, you could put this on, anybody, even a Cowboys fan, and they would look really freaking good in it. So go get the hat. Support Black Sunday. They're a bunch of awesome dudes, a bunch of diehard Raider fans, and I'm going to be tailgating with these guys real soon. And if you're wearing one of these hats and you buy it, hit me up on IG at Mitchell Renz 365, because I'm going to start putting some people on the show, okay? Go do it. Draft hat. 20% off. Use code, though, DRAFT20, okay? Code DRAFT20. All right, let's go to the next question. The black hole is in the house. I also see Anthony says, Anthony, sorry. I skipped you. That's on me. He said, Raider Nation against the world. Yes, I actually also have a shirt that says Raider Nation versus everyone, which you guys will be able to see that here in a little bit. So the black hole is in the house from Michael. What up, Michael? Appreciate everyone watching right now. I did just see a super chat come in. Says this one's from M Turtle. Mitch, you're the man. I think the fact that I get to just party with the nation, you guys are the perfect group of people for me. The nation is like my family. The fact that I get to just hang out with y'all, I mean, we got almost 3,000 people watching right now. That's freaking awesome. Much love to y'all. All right. Raiders! Give it to me. Raiders! Oh, man. And at pick number 17, the Cowboys go. The Dallas Cowboys at pick number 17 have gone wide receiver CeeDee Lamb. I mean, I'm upset. I'm upset. Oh, I'm upset. Boomy. Boomy, boomy, boomy. CeeDee Lamb is a member of the Dallas Cowboys, a player that I've devoted so much time to, a player that I absolutely love, is now going to the Dallas Cowboys. I'm heartbroken. I'll be honest, I'm heartbroken. I can't believe that he fell all the way down to 17. And I don't think it was the Cowboys' biggest need, but easily the biggest and best player left on the board. And you guys know the numbers. I don't need to sit here and tell you how good of a player Lamb is. Y'all know that I'm pretty upset that he wasn't able to fall. But the fact that the Cowboys ended up getting Lamb, they have Amari Cooper, they have Michael Gallup. It's a pretty dynamic wide receiver core. I'm upset. I want you guys to boo. I can't believe Lamb is a Cowboy. CeeDee, I mean this, right? I wish you the best. I really do. I wish CeeDee Lamb the absolute best. I wish every player the best. But come on, man. I didn't want you to be a Cowboy. I'm heartbroken. So we're going to move on from the Cowboys. the Miami Dolphins, they're on the clock. And remember, the Dolphins, they took Tua at pick number 5. So now pick number 18. They also have another first-round pick at pick number 26. So I want you guys to grade the pick. I'm curious about this. CeeDee Lamb to the Cowboys at 17. I'm just going to do this. Because if you're a Cowboys fan, this is an A+. If you're a fan of any other team, it's an F. Because I did not want to see CeeDee Lamb as a Cowboy. I'm dying inside right now. I'm just going to leave work today. At probably yeah, you know what? Perfect, Dylan. The correct grade is ME because I hate the Cowgirls. I'm devastated. I'm going to leave work today. I don't care if it's whatever time. It could be 1. It could be 5 a.m. I don't care. I'm throwing up birds to every single Cowboys fan that I see out on the street tonight. Throwing up birds to them. And I'm also going to say, hey, you shouldn't be out. I walk home. So in case you guys are wondering, I walk home. Crazy. Craziness. Oh, that's upsetting. Yep, everyone type me. We got 420 messages a minute, though. That's nice. Got high hopes there. So the Las Vegas Raiders, they are on deck. The Miami Dolphins, they are on the clock. So I want to know. We're getting close, okay? We're getting close. Will the Raiders trade pick number 19? Give me a Y for yes, or I want you to give me an N for no. My man Harrison Graham's in the background right now, hyping up Manscaped. He just said they'll turn your Tootsie Roll into a Tootsie Pole. Amazing. Okay. So, will the Raiders trade pick 19? Y for yes, N for no. I think if you would have asked me this, I probably would have said yes, but there just has not been a lot of trades whatsoever. There just has not been a lot of trades, and I do see right now out on Twitter, somebody just said, who I appreciate and somebody who I follow, said that don't be surprised if the Raiders look at Kenneth Murray out of Oklahoma. So if that were to happen, that would be pretty interesting. However, I don't think that the Raiders do trade. If they do, though, I would be totally okay with that. So the Miami Dolphins, their pick is coming up here in just a minute or two. As soon as the pick gets in, we'll let you know. Also, while you're getting your votes in on who the Raiders will pick at 19, if you haven't subscribed yet, please do. Click that big red button. We do live shows every Tuesday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, 3 p.m. Pacific. We do giveaways every single week where we're giving out hats. We're giving out T-shirts, man. Shout out to Black Sunday for hooking us up with some awesome gear here. They have stickers. They do badass bandanas. I'm telling you what, if you're a diehard Raider fan and you need content every single day just to keep that pulse going, you know what I mean? I promise you, the Big C is not going to slow us down. I got you. Hit that sub button. Share it with your friends. Landon Johnson says, I have subscribed. Landon Johnson, you the man. What up, Derek? Where's my super chat? All right, Derek, hang on a sec. Let me look for it. So I'm pretty sure. Guys, we've gotten a lot, okay? So I'll try to scroll down. So the issue is when we get so many people that watching live, I know it's not like normal shows, but when we get close to 3,000 people watching live and when you get this many people, if the super chat isn't over $5, a lot of times YouTube doesn't register it to us. So a lot of times when the super chat comes in, it goes into our software and then we're able to put it up on screen. I'm just trying to be as fully transparent with you guys as possible. I'm just trying to be 100% honest. I mean, you can see if there hasn't been a super chat over $5, it hasn't shown. Wow. Oh, man. All right. So there was another part. There was another part of our show where if somebody sent in money on our other show, you get a dart gun and you can shoot us. And I just got shot with a dart gun. So I didn't have I thought somebody was going to shoot me again. I do want to shout out to Jack Bishop. Are you going to do all my super chats? I appreciate you, Jack. You know I do. I follow you on IG. So, Jack, much love to you. Afro Samurai. Hey, Mitch, I haven't gotten the shout out. There you go. So producer Dylan's in the background right now trying to get all y'all in here. I see Big Willie 562 says, I've been subscribed since you had 200 followers, Mitch. You know me, dog. That's going back a long time. So Big Willie 562, you need to use Manscaped. Bearded Cowboy, what up, my brother? Knock on wood if you're with me. So type KOW if you're with us here. Appreciate you all watching. Knock on wood if you're with me. I'm with Jon Gruden. I'm with Mike Mayock. I also see a super chat that just came in here. Jalen Rager, okay. We'll have 2 sub, 4-2-40 wide receivers. That one's from Jamie Urenda. What up, Jamie? So, or actually, it's probably Jaime. Is it Jaime? Jaime Urenda? So, if we went out and got Jalen Rager, so he's a wide receiver out of TCU, who I do think is talented. He didn't have that good of a combine, but I do think that speed kills. However, he's not one of my top 5 receivers. I would take Justin Jefferson. I would take Denzel Mims over him, but that's not the route I think we're going to go. The Miami Dolphins pick is in, and they're going to go with a offensive lineman. They have gone with an offensive lineman, and I bet you a lot of y'all Raider fans probably know who it is. The number 18 pick is Austin Jackson, offensive tackle out of USC. I'll be honest, this might be second biggest surprise pick besides AJ Terrell. So as you can see, according to Tom Downey, he was his 8th ranked offensive tackle. Tom actually thought he was going to go in round 2 or 3. Overall, 60th overall player. Last year, he had 562 snaps, 4 sacks allowed, 1 QB hit, but 9 QB hurries. I think Austin Jackson is a good player, and I know a lot of y'all think that he's probably a good player too. However, I do think it was a little bit of a reach. I do think it was going to be a miss there for the Miami Dolphins, but I ain't here to talk about the Dolphins. The Las Vegas Raiders, they're on the clock again. So what are the Raiders going to do? What are we going to do? The Raiders are on the clock. We already went with Henry Ruggs. I think I'm going to go with, personally, either like a Christian Fulton, a Jeff Gladney. I still think cornerback is a major, major need. Y'all know I wasn't really high on Eli Apple. But the fact that we don't have him anymore, I do think hurts our depth a little bit. So we'll see what happens here. I'm getting nervous, though. I'm getting really, really nervous. So who do you think we're going with here? Throw it in the comments. We'll give some shout-outs. I'm seeing a Trayvon Diggs, Winfield Jr., Christian Fulton or Diggs. Somebody said go with the LSU defensive back. That's Christian Fulton. Jordan Love, stop. Trade 19 or go Chenault or Gladney. Okay. Oh, man, I'm nervous. We got over 3,000 people here. I see Justin Jefferson. I see a Patrick Queen, Kenneth Murray, Diggs, McKinney, Jordan Love is in there. If I'm the Raiders, I go Christian Fulton. I go with Christian Fulton. That's going to be the pick that I end up going with. I think in terms of overall needs, and according to a source, the Raiders are probably going to go defense here, so let's keep that in mind. I see Huffer6 says that we should trade back. Appreciate the super chat. Hey, if a team wants to come up and trade with us, I'm all for it, right? I think the only issue here is like which team is it going to be? Because I think the Philadelphia Eagles, they need a cornerback and a wide receiver. But the Raiders also, I think, need a cornerback. But the Jags, they could potentially go out and get a wide receiver. So if the Eagles want to hop over the Jags, that's a potential there. The Vikings, they have 2 first-round picks, 22 and 25. The Patriots, they're at pick 23. And you got the Saints. I don't think they make a move. We'll see. I mean, this is going to be interesting. So I see a T. Higgins in there, Patrick Queen. I mean, I like Laviska Shenault a lot out of Colorado. It's just whether or not he's going to check out in terms of medical. But, I mean, if he's fully healthy, he's going to be an interesting player. There is no doubt about that. So what are the Raiders going to do at pick number 19? Let me know. I mean, I will say this, though. This draft has actually gone pretty quick. I mean, there's only 14 picks left in the first round. This one's been moving. Like, I think it's funny. I mean, I thought this one was going to last a lot longer, and it's been moving pretty quick. So I'm actually pretty proud of what's happening here. So we got 3,300 people. Jalen Johnson, I see a comment flow in. Somebody said F the Cowgirls. Justin Jefferson. Jeff Gladney is a name that's come in here. Lekai Fotu, Trayvon Diggs. It looks like somebody said, please pick me. Are we at 1,000 likes? Somebody asked that. Oh, dude, we're easily at 1,000 likes. Let's get to 2,000 likes. We got 3,000 people watching. If you guys want me to drink or chug anything else, 2,000 likes. Y'all can do it. Y'all can do it. Raiders got Ruggs, boys got Lamb. Both teams get better. Cheers, Mitch. I'm not here to cheers the Cowboys, but I am happy that we did get a number one receiver. What up, Dale Webb? Trade for Yannick Ngakoue and draft Diggs or Hurts. So basically the deal that was on the table was Yannick Ngakoue, and then you get a second-round pick. We give up our pick number 19. I like Yannick a lot. Very talented player, but I don't know if I want to be able to go out and pay a guy then, close to $19, $20 million. What up, Jack? Hear me out. Get Diggs and his brother would want to be a Raider. I don't know if I want Stephon Diggs. I mean, Stephon Diggs just got traded to the Buffalo Bills. You're talking about Trayvon Diggs out of Alabama. So the Raiders, they made a pick, and it is at cornerback. And wow, I'll be honest. I think this is a little bit of a reach. I like this player a lot, but I did not think that he was going to go in the first round. So the Las Vegas Raiders did go with a little bit of a stretch here. The number 19 overall pick here for the Las Vegas Raiders, go Damon Arnett, cornerback out of Ohio State. He was the number 10 rated cornerback on our board, number 68 overall. Honestly, I thought personally that the Raiders were going to go corner. I just couldn't believe they're going to go Damon Arnett. This is a little bit early for me. I think he's a good player. I think he's a little bit underrated because I think he was a little bit overshadowed by Jeff Okudah. But last season, he had 35 tackles, 1 interception, 56 targets. But I'll be honest, I'm a little bit surprised by this pick. I really, really am. I don't know if I'm that crazy about it. I think he's a quality player, and I think he's going to fill a big need. But this is one of the biggest reaches I think so far in the first round. But if there's something that I know is Mike Mayock, Jon Gruden, they're going to trust their gut here, and I think they're going to go with the player that they ultimately want. So again, this pick is brought to you by Black Sunday. So shout out to my guys, Black Sunday. If you guys need some Raiders gear, please, please, please go check them out. So for this one, we're doing a shirt. So go check out their shirts. They got a t-shirt, 20% off, chatsports.com/skull. Okay. So if you want a black Raiders t-shirt, if you want the one that is about to be shown on screen, here you go. It's only $19.99. You just got to go to chatsports.com/skull. Okay. Chatsports.com/skull. Let me put it in the comment section. So once you go there, if you guys are a diehard Raider fan, it is at chatsports.com/skull. Use that promo code DRAFT20, okay? Promo code DRAFT20, and you're going to get yourself hooked up. I will be honest, I'm a little bit surprised that the Raiders went with Damon Arnett, cornerback out of Ohio State, but I'm going to trust them. I'm going to hope it's the right move, and I know a lot of you guys are saying, who? He's the 10th rated corner on my list. I think honestly, I think it's like a C. I don't want to give it a D because it feels a major need for us, but it feels a lot like the Cleveland Furl pick to me, where we went out, we got a major need, and in terms of other players still on the board, there was still a lot of other players on the board that I would have rather had. So I want you guys to grade the pick. Round 1, pick 19, Damon Arnett, cornerback out of Ohio State. A, B, C, D, or F. Give me your grades here. I will, I think it's a reach. I do. I don't want to give it an F. I'm not going to give it an F. And I don't really want to give it a D. But I might go like C minus, maybe a D. I just think it's a bit of a reach. I mean, this is a player who I honestly thought we could get in round 3. I really did. I really thought Damon Arnett was going to be a round 3 player. So the fact that we went out and got him, as you guys can tell, I'm pretty surprised. So the fact that we went with Henry Ruggs was a little bit of a curveball. The fact that the Raiders went out and got Damon Arnett is an even more of a curveball in my opinion. I think it's funny. We always talk about the Seattle Seahawks being this team that kind of throws the curveball in the draft. That might be the Las Vegas Raiders now. So we'll see. But I do have some breaking news that I want to tell all y'all. So the breaking news is Las Vegas is going to host the 2022 NFL Draft. So what I want you guys to do right now, okay? Dylan, get me a subscribe read. I want a subscribe, and I want you all to do this for me right now, okay? Everyone who's watching live, every single person who's watching live, listen up, okay? If you're subscribed to the channel, what I want you to do is I want you to do this right now, okay? I want you to get out your phones. If you got your laptop open, I want you to take a screenshot, okay? Take a screenshot right now, and I want you to tweet out, and I want you to put it on Instagram that you heard breaking news that the Vegas is going to host the 2022 NFL Draft. I want you to go tweet it out, tag me at Mitchell Renz 365, and I want you to put it on Instagram. Make sure you guys tag me. I'll share it on mine as well. So take a screenshot. I got you. And share it on IG. Share it on Twitter. Get it out there. And if you haven't subscribed to the show yet, please do. It's youtube.com/Raiders Report. Can you do that for me? I know. I see a lot of people booing. I think we just got to be confident in what the Raiders are doing. And then if you're curious, the Jags, they go out and get Caleb Von Chasen from LSU. Let's go to some questions now. Make sure you guys are using hashtag Raiders, or you can super chat. What up, Ken? Appreciate you. Appreciate the comments flowing in here. Who the F did we just draft? This one's from Bernard. He is a cornerback out of Ohio State. I'll be honest, I thought he was going to go in round 3. He was a senior. He kind of got overshadowed a little bit by Jeff Okudah because he got all the light. I mean, he's a talented player. He is, but he's not a freak athlete. He's a good corner. But he's a cornerback, in my opinion, that you take it late 2, maybe round 3. The fact that we took him in round 1, I'm pretty surprised. I'll be honest. I'm pretty surprised. So, that's part of it. What up, Craig? Okay, probably one of the most physical corners in the draft. Still reach, but in Mayock, I trust. I agree. I do believe in Mayock. And Arnett is no doubt like a physical corner. And if you're looking for somebody who is going to be tough, if you're looking for a guy who's going to give you like that Raider feel, I do think it's Arnett. With Christian Fulton, with Jeff Gladney, with even like Jalen John, like there was a lot of other cornerbacks that I think I would have taken over him. He's a good player, but it's a little bit of a reach. So you said it, Craig. Do you guys trust Mike Mayock? Give me a Y for yes, or I want you to give me an N for no. So do you trust Mike Mayock? I do still trust Mike. I am pretty surprised. I'm on Twitter right now. I'm on Instagram as well, and I'm seeing a lot of people say it's a bit of a reach. Again, I don't think that you're wrong, but I'm going to trust him. I'm going to trust what we're doing. I'm going to trust that the right people are making the right moves. I'm also going on Twitter right now, and I'm going to start retweeting everyone who tweeted out the thing I told you to. Much love. Let me go on IG real quick. Just give me a second here. Oh, man. All right, so I see Raider 50. I got you. I'm going to add it to my story. So once I tell you guys to do something, a lot of times I do go on my IG, I do go on my Twitter, and I check it all out. So let's now look at the 2020 NFL Draft selections. We'll kind of just loop you through. We got Joe Burrow, Chase Young, Jeff Okudah, Andrew Thomas. Those were the top 4 players in the 2020 NFL Draft. Then I went Tua, Justin Herbert, Derek Brown, Isaiah Simmons. I was really hoping the Raiders ended up getting Simmons. And then at pick number 9, C.J. Henderson. He goes off the board. Jedrick Wills Jr. to the Browns. Mekhi Becton. Then as you guys can see there on screen, Henry Ruggs, the number 12 overall pick for the Las Vegas Raiders. At number 13, Tristan Wirfs to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Javon Kinlaw, Jerry Jeudy, A.J. Terrell, which honestly, I did think was a little bit of a reach at the time, but now looking like not the biggest reach so far. In the first round of the draft, and then at pick number 17, CeeDee Lamb, which might be one of the biggest steals so far for the Dallas Cowboys. Austin Jackson, he's there at pick 18. Then the Raiders go Damon Arnett out of Ohio State, which, as you guys know, I do think is a little bit of a reach. And then K'Lavon Chaisson, he falls to the Jacksonville Jaguars all the way down to pick number 20, which I think is an absolute, I shouldn't say absolute steal, but it's a very good value, I think, though, for a player who does have high upside. He's a little bit raw, but I think he's going to be able to fit there in Duval. So I want you guys to grade the picks. Okay, I want you to grade the Raiders' first-round picks. Remember, at pick number 12, it was Henry Ruggs at wide receiver. And then at pick number 19, we went Damon Arnett, cornerback, out of Ohio State. So I want you to grade the first-round picks, A, B, C, D, or F. I'm pretty surprised that we didn't trade back, especially considering the fact that if Damon Arnett was the player that we were going to draft, I'm surprised that we didn't trade back because I think we could have got him, honestly, in the second round, and I think we probably could have even gotten him in the third. So grade the Raiders picks. We'll give some shout-outs here. I see some Fs. I see a lot of Fs. I see some Ds. I think it's a C. I think when you think about our needs, I think we address the needs, right? So we addressed the biggest need at wide receiver. We addressed the second biggest need at cornerback. Now, was the pick at cornerback a bit of a reach? Yes, I do believe so. Was the pick at wide receiver the guy that we wanted in CeeDee Lamb? No, but we still get Henry Ruggs. So I think you address both your biggest needs. Yes, you took a little bit of a reach at pick 19, but overall, I'm going to probably give it a C. I'll also do a little bit more of a in-depth analysis on some of these picks a little bit later on, but Javi Montaneo, hopefully I pronounced that right, he says reaching for needs. I kind of agree with you, but I think the only thing for me here is, like, you didn't need to reach, right? I mean, you had CeeDee Lamb, you had Jerry Jeudy, you had Henry Ruggs, all on the board for you. And then at pick 19, I mean, if you wanted a cornerback, you could have gone cornerback. I don't understand the Arnett pick. I don't. So let's go to Millard Harris. What up, brother? a lot of caps in here. I love the Raiders to death, but damn, you guys ruined my night. Thanks a lot, Gruden. I hope the Raiders didn't ruin your night, and I hope you guys stick around with me, right? Like, we're going to be having a lot of fun all night tonight, and maybe, Millard, the thing that you need to cheer yourself up is a shirt from Black Sunday. So if you go to chatsports.com/skull, you can get a Raider shirt. They are 20% off when you use promo code DRAFTDAY20, okay? Only $19.99 when you go to chatsports.com/skull and you use promo code DRAFT20. So you can save 20%. And these deals, they are only good until, during the NFL draft. So make sure you guys go get yourself set up. What up, David? Appreciate you. We need a shutdown corner. He's not it because he's too small at 5'11". I don't totally disagree. I don't know if Arnett's ever going to be a shutdown corner. Do we need one? Yes. However, like, just because of a guy's height, I don't know if that's totally fair to put on somebody, but I don't think he's a shutdown corner, at least not yet in year one. What up, Eduardo? We should have gotten Jeff Gladney from TCU or Christian Fulton from LSU. I agree. I agree. I'm a little bit disappointed. I was hoping for a little bit more, but guess what? I mean, that's just going to be part of it. So maybe I'll give you something you guys can cheer up a little bit. Who wants a shirt? I want you to type Black Sunday, okay? Because we're going to be doing a Black Sunday shirt giveaway. So in just a minute. So I want you guys to type Black Sunday right now in the comments. I'm going to pick a winner, okay? I'm going to pick a winner. I see James. He says, "In Mike Mayock we trust." We'll see. We'll give some shout-outs to some of the people saying Black Sunday. I see your boy Skinny, Ryan Awesomeness, okay, I got you. And then we got Bob Ellis, Seth Subberfield, Glenn Avery, Casey Machado, Robert Glavin, Money Craig, Bulldog, Mayhem Raider, Shotgut, you're back. Okay. So I already gave out a bandana. So if you want a chance to go win a shirt from Black Sunday, go give me a follow on Instagram right now at Mitchell Renz 365. The very first person to follow me on Instagram right now, you are going to win this shirt. I'm going to refresh my phone. Okay? I'm going to refresh my phone. And once I do, I'm going to pick a winner. And once I pick your winner, you have 24 hours to claim your prize. The way that you're going to claim your prize is you're going to DM me at Mitchell Renz 365, and I want you to say, hey, I won the t-shirt giveaway. Can you do that? Cool. And I'm also going to be checking, so make sure you guys are taking screenshots. Make sure you guys are doing all that good stuff. So, all right, I'm refreshing my phone. The winner of the t-shirt is... all right, so it's Javi _ 4209. So Javi, I just took a screenshot. Javi _ 4209. You're the winner of the Black Sunday t-shirt. Hit me up on Instagram at Mitchell Renz 365. What's going on, guys? Use hashtag Raiders to get your questions here featured on the show. Or you can super chat. So while we were doing some giveaways, the Philadelphia Eagles, they go with Jalen Reagor out of TCU at pick number 21, which now means the Minnesota Vikings, they're on the clock at round 1 at pick 22. So we'll see what ends up happening here and later on in the draft. It's going to be an interesting draft, though. I can promise you that. I already know the Raiders. They took... I can't believe they took Damon Arnett. It's still kind of hitting me. We do a lot of hard work here at Chat Sports, and I think the fact that this is the way that this pick went was pretty shocking. We'll see how it goes, but ultimately I do think it was a little bit of a miss here by this team. So we'll take you through some of the other picks that did end up going down. Caleb Von Chasen, he ended up going to the Jacksonville Jaguars, round 1, pick number 20. And I think if you're looking at overall just upside, he's got plenty of it. He had 60 tackles last season, 7 sacks, 7 QB hits. He was Tom's number 2 edge rusher coming out this year. I did anticipate him going in round 1, and he should have, because if you're looking at just athletics alone, he's right there. He is one of the most talented players that there is, and I'll be interested to see how he ends up fitting there with the Jags. So with him, after that pick then was the Philadelphia Eagles at pick 21. And remember, y'all should be booing me. So every time I talk about another team, make sure you're booing. Get that in the comments. And then at pick number 21, the Eagles, they went with Jalen Reagor, the speedster out of TCU, which I'll be honest, I was pretty surprised they didn't go with the Justin Jefferson or a Denzel Mims. They ended up going with Reagor, who I like. He's a talented player. I just personally thought that he was going to go in round 2. So we'll see what's happening here in the remainder of the show. But Jalen Reagor, he is off the board, which now means the Minnesota Vikings, they are on the clock at pick number 22. And I'm curious which direction they go. Now, remember, after today's draft coverage on Main Chat Sports channel, please go check it out. Go to youtube.com/chatsportstv because there's a feeling where I might go over there. I'm not 100% sure, but I will be doing a show after the first round of our draft coverage, and I'll be giving out my grades on both of the players and some, how I think day 2 could shake down, right? Because we don't have any second-round picks, but we do have 3 third-round picks. So, and normally rounds 2, round 3, you're going to see a lot more trades than what we saw in this year's class or in this year's first round. So, we'll see. All right, let's get to some questions now. What up, Paul? Paul Trahan. This is like another Sennial Al Davis draft. Here was another 10 years of wasted talent and pain. Cheers. Man, I hope not. And I don't know if it's fair to say that because we had such a good rookie class last year. Are they the players that I thought we were going to take? I mean, I don't think you can be upset about Henry Ruggs. I really don't. Now, Arnett is going to be a head-scratcher, and if he can prove himself, awesome. But to say another 10 years of wasted, I'm going to say no. Let's go to Bin Lied To. It's a clever name. Could have traded back and got both of these players. I don't know about that. I don't think if Henry Ruggs is on the board, the 49ers pass him up. I think one of the reasons why the 49ers ended up trading back is because they weren't able to get the player that they personally wanted in Ruggs. So I don't think that's true. But yes, Arnett is a player that you could have easily gotten in round 2. And honestly, I think you could have got him in round 3, for just being really, really honest. What up, Daniel? Got a wide receiver and a cornerback. Time will tell if they pick the right ones. I agree. I think we addressed our 2 biggest needs. I do think it was a little bit of a reach at one of them, but I mean, you came out of the draft with your 2 biggest needs filled. I still think now the fact that they went Arnett at cornerback, that still means you have to go with another one. We'll see who they end up going with, but I'm with you, Daniel. Let's go to next question coming in here from Robert Darr. Remember, use hashtag Raiders or use use the super chat button. So we got Black Draft Day, Mitch Mayock, blazing high character players, but why give up on game changers at some point? I hope Jon Gruden steps in. Guys, I don't know, right? Like, I mean, I'm just as confused as you why we went with Arnett at pick number 19. He, in my opinion, was a third-round talent. I don't know though if Gruden steps in. I mean, we'll see. You got to at least let him, try. King Higgins, what up, King? Can everyone please calm down? Ruggs is going to be a beast, and Arnett is underrated and a huge need. I'm happy with this draft. I think people are upset because it's coming at a surprise, okay? The fact that it's coming at a surprise is the reason why people might be overreacting a little bit. But yes, we will see what happens. And I promise you, we will be up to date with what happens. What up, Rubik? Appreciate the super chat, my man. Mike knows what he's doing. Just win, baby. I agree. I mean, as this hat says from Black Sunday, just win, baby. You guys can see it. I think that they know what they're doing. I'm going to trust them. So, Rubik, much appreciated the super chat. If you guys want a hat, go to chatsports.com/Black Sunday hat and use promo code DRAFT20. Save yourself 20%. Let's go to Jaime. What up, Jaime? Mitch, what do you think of Rager pick now? He was a couple spots after the Raiders pick at 19. I think Rager's a good player. However, I actually thought Justin Jefferson should have gone, but the Minnesota Vikings, their pick is in, I believe, and they go with Justin Jefferson. So the Minnesota Vikings, they ended up trading Stephon Diggs to the Buffalo Bills, and now you see them go out and they get a wide receiver. So the Eagles, they passed on Justin Jefferson. And I think in terms of fit, he's going to be a great fit with Kirk Cousins. He's going to be a great fit with Adam Thielen, Dalvin Cook. I mean, it's going to be a really, really interesting offense, I think, to see what ends up happening there in Minnesota. But I think they got a pretty good pick there. I'll be honest with you. I mean, he had over 100 catches last year. Obviously, the offense helps. But, I just wonder what exactly is going to happen. So, Justin Jefferson is obviously a very talented player. I wish him nothing but the best in Minnesota. But we do have some breaking news. There has been a trade. So, this is pretty interesting. The New England Patriots, they have traded pick number 23 to the Chargers. So I actually think the fact that the Chargers traded pick, so the Chargers trade pick 37 and 71 for the Patriots 23rd, which actually, I'm actually pretty surprised. So I think the fact now that this trade just went down, I could see the Chargers going out and getting a quarterback. Or wait, no, not a quarterback. I don't know. Actually, I don't know what they're going to do. I mean, they already went out and got Justin Herbert. We'll see. This is going to be interesting. So the Chargers gave up a 2020 second and a third-round pick for the Patriots 23rd overall. I actually think the Chargers won that deal. I mean, I think pick 37 is good, and pick 71 is obviously good, but to trade all the way up to pick 23, I actually think that's pretty surprising. That's all they had to give up. What do you guys think? So Rager at 21, Justin Jefferson at 22, and now the Los Angeles Chargers have traded up. I'll be interested to see what route they go. Do you guys want to try to predict where the Chargers pick? I mean, this one's pretty surprising. Huh? So, I'm seeing, I want you guys to predict the pick. Throw it in the comments section. I'm seeing a running back. Somebody said a cornerback. Somebody said Cleveland. Denzel Mims could be interesting. Predict the pick. So predict the pick. So I'm seeing some Josh Jones. Somebody said Denzel Mims. I'm seeing Kenneth Murray. Skip says, I hate it here, Mitch. I'm sorry. I don't know what to tell you guys. I was hoping that, with the fact that we've been kind of cooped up the NFL draft to be able to kind of get us out of our element a little bit. But, we'll end up seeing what happens here for the Chargers. And we'll see what happens with the Raiders because that's the team that I care about. So we'll see. So right now the Chargers, they are on the clock, and we're trying to keep, our enemies closer than our friends here. So once the Chargers make the pick, I'll let you know as soon as it happens. And they obviously have a need at linebacker. You could potentially see them go out and maybe get a Kenneth Murray or Patrick Queen. Wide receivers, the top guys on the board, in my opinion, are a Denzel Mims. I think could be an interesting player. Offensive tackle is always a need for the Chargers with their injuries. Running back, I'd be pretty surprised if they traded this far up to get a running back. I know they don't have Melvin Gordon anymore, but Austin Eckler's a pretty solid player as well. So here's the trade that ended up going down. The Chargers, they get pick number 23. The Patriots, they get number 37 overall and a third-round pick, 71 overall. So who do you guys think won this trade? I actually think the Chargers won this trade. Like, the fact that it only cost a second and a third to go up that many picks, I mean, if there's a player that you really, really want, I do. I think the Chargers ended up winning this deal, and I think it's kind of funny that the Patriots are kind of slowly starting to fall apart. I'm totally okay with that. So somebody just said Nelson Aguilar can't catch. Walt says we could have traded back to get Damon Arnett. I agree. Chargers got lucky. Totally agree. The Patriots won this trade. I disagree personally. Mitch, can you chug a beer after that massive reach? Unfortunately, the only way I can chug any more beers is if we get more super chats. That's been a rule set to me by my bosses because I've already drank quite a bit. So if you guys hate the Chargers, I want you to type me. I also say, I think it's kind of hard to hate a team that doesn't really have a fan base. I saw one of the funniest Twitter memes the other day. It was like a guy standing there. He's got a noose around his neck, and he's like, what, nobody's here for you either, or something like that. I was dying. And it's basically the premise that Chargers fans, there's no such thing. So I think I totally botched also that meme, but I'm also kind of shook of what's gone down today. So I see Raider Mayhem. He says me. I got Chill Mayhem. Says me. You guys related? Eric says hi. What up, Dylan Chambers? Kelly Nicholson. Morty. So it looks like the pick is in here. And I see Matthew Leon says, in Mayock we trust. Only personnel that really matters. Raider Nation, we won the first round. With Mayock, we don't lose. Hopefully you're true. Hopefully that's true, Matthew. So the Chargers, they trade all the way up to pick number 23 to take linebacker Kenneth Murray. And I think the reason why they did this was to jump ahead of the New Orleans Saints, who probably were going to pick Kenneth Murray. Now, this does fill a major need for the Chargers, and I think when you think about what this team needed to add, they did need a linebacker. And Murray is a player that we've talked about numerous times here on the Raiders Report, because before free agency, linebacker was a major need for this team. And I think you're going to get a pretty solid player. I think he's going to be able to cover pretty well in the NFL. But, I mean, if I'm Murray, you better be ready to be able to handle Darren Waller. you better be able to handle Travis Kelce, because I think the AFC West is absolutely loaded in terms of talent at the wide receiver and tight end position. I mean, as much as I dislike the Chiefs, they have an undoubtedly talented offense. As much as I dislike the Broncos, they went out and they got Jerry Jeudy. They got Cortland Sutton. You have Deshaun Hamilton. That's a pretty solid trio there. And then for the Raiders, I mean, you got Darren Waller, a top 5 tight end. I'd even argue top 3. And you got Henry Ruggs now, Tyrell Williams. Hopefully Nelson Aguilar can put it together. Hunter Renfrow. I mean, we'll see what ends up happening. But Kenneth Murray, he's ended up going to the Los Angeles Chargers. So I want you guys to subscribe to the channel. If you're a die-hard Raider fan, please hit that sub button below, or you can take the link, youtube.com/Raiders Report, send it to your friends, send it to all your big Raider fans that you know. I'm trying to grow my channel as quickly as possible, because the more people that know about it, I think the more shows we'll be able to do, the more live shows we'll be able to do, the more fun we'll be able to have, because right now we have close to 2,000 people watching us live. I've been to some parties. I missed going to some parties. But the way that I would explain like one of our shows is like, imagine showing up to a party and nobody's there. And now imagine showing up to a party and 2,000 people are there. That's a lot better. So please subscribe, youtube.com/Raiders Report.
Welcome in our Raiders simulcast right now. Mitchell Renz, he'll be on here in a little bit as well. But the Raiders, their day is done in round 1, in round 2. So now we welcome back in our Raiders fans here as the Saints are on the clock here, Harrison.
Yeah, Saints on the clock after the pick of Kenneth Murray to the Chargers at number 23 overall. We have a question for you guys. 3 quarterbacks have gone so far, but it's been a while since Herbert went number 6 overall. Who will draft Jordan Love? Will it be the Saints? Will it be the Packers? Will it be someone else? Type S for Saints, type P for Packers, type O for other. Obviously, the Patriots just traded out, Tom, so they're not taking him at least at pick number 23, so it could be someone else.
I mean, I think the Colts make a lot of sense. I don't know if they'd be willing to move up for them, though.
I did a recent mock draft with the Chiefs, and I had the Colts trading up from 34 to 32 to get that 5th-year option, to get Jordan Love. I wonder if a team like the Colts,
late round 1. This is about the right range.
I do wonder if the Colts would do something like that, because knowing you have Phillip Rivers for 1, maybe 2 years, and Love is a guy that should not play in year 1. So Indy makes sense. Sit behind Rivers for a year or 2, learn a little bit, get the 5th-year option for him as well. I think that could be interesting.
Yeah. We are still simulcasting right now on our Cowboys Report channel, correct? We are still simulcasting on Cowboys. Yes. Bad news here. Dak Prescott's brother Jace passed away today. So that's some horrible news there for the Cowboys in light of the NFL draft. So, of course, thoughts and prayers to the Prescott family and friends there. But the draft is still going on, Harrison. I thought the Saints might take Kenneth Murray. I wonder now if they go with the LSU kid, Patrick Queen.
Yeah, they could. They need a linebacker there. Quarterback is a need, as you've got your needs listed out there for the Saints. Obviously, they're probably not too thrilled, because most mocks recently had Kenneth Murray there at pick number 24. Queen is an option. Maybe you trade down now that Murray is off the board. We will see what direction New Orleans goes.
I am curious to see what the Saints try to do here. You got a couple LSU kids. Yep. You got Fulton, you got Delpit, although those might not really fill the biggest needs for those particular organizations, Harrison.
Yeah, you got Gladney out of TCU. A couple of cornerbacks left on the board. Quite frankly, options that were better than Damon Arnett, who went to the Raiders at number 19. So while Murray's not there, I still think the Saints are in a pretty good spot overall.
Yeah, I am curious to see what they do here. You've got, I like safeties. I actually got 3 safeties right now left on my top 5, but that's just me. I know that I'm higher on safeties than most people, but
you think they'd go safety here?
I don't think that they would. Those are just kind of my top guys. Yeah. I think maybe you go Patrick Queen. Maybe you try and look at an edge player too. I mean, Zach Bond is there.
Bond could be an option.
Turgos Matos is there. I'm really high on Josh Uche. I'm just curious to see how they end up going here.
Yeah, A.J. Epinesa is there, obviously. He did not test well at the Combine, not a bendy player, more of a kind of an old-school defensive end, an Eric Armstead type, who's a little bigger, plays more with power. He's still on the board. Uche, like you mentioned, is available. Zach Bond is another edge option for the Saints or any other team looking to draft late here in round 1.
The Saints at 24. They still got a couple minutes left on the clock, as we've kind of almost got a bit of a lull here during the NFL draft. Still plenty of picks left in round 1. We thanked nearly 30K still watching us right now. We really do appreciate it here at Chat Sports. And reminder, we'll be live tomorrow and day 3 as well. So, Harrison, why don't we recap what's happened so far in case people are just now tuning in?
Yeah, so we've been live. The draft kicked off about 3 hours ago, and Joe Burrow was the number 1 pick. The Bengals actually called him yesterday to let him know that he would be the selection. Chase Young goes to the Redskins, the edge out of Ohio State with the number 2 pick. Jeff Okudah, the Ohio State corner, he went number 3 to the Lions. And then Andrew Thomas, kind of the first surprise of the night, the offensive tackle out of Georgia, he goes to the Giants, Tom.
So it's been a kind of a chalky draft early, Harrison.
Yeah, Tua, Justin Herbert, back-to-back quarterbacks, Dolphins and Chargers respectively. Derek Brown, the defensive tackle out of Auburn, he goes to the Panthers. Isaiah Simmons, maybe my favorite pick so far, he fell to the Cardinals at number 8. Then it was C.J. Henderson, the Florida cornerback, to the Jaguars. Jedrick Wills Jr., the offensive tackle, he goes to pick number 10 to the Browns. Mekhi Becton, another tackle, to the Jets. Then Henry Ruggs III was the first receiver. This was a trade where the Bucs moved up a spot to take the tackle out of Iowa. Javon Kinlaw became the pick for the 49ers, who fell from 13 to 14 in that trade. The defensive lineman out of South Carolina. Jerry Jeudy to Denver at 15. And then A.J. Terrell, the cornerback out of Clemson, he goes to the Falcons with pick number 16. 17 through 20, as we recap the draft so far. CeeDee Lamb, I know a personal favorite of yours.
Yeah,
he goes to the Dallas Cowboys. Austin Jackson, maybe one of the biggest shockers, the offensive tackle. A couple of other picks, Jalen Reagor, Justin Jefferson, Kenneth Murray, and now Cesar Ruiz, too. 4th pick in the 2020 NFL Draft, the New Orleans Saints select Cesar Ruiz, the offensive lineman out of Michigan. Has some guard center flexibility, Tom.
This is interesting for me out of the Saints, given how much they've invested at that spot in recent years. I didn't think they were necessarily going to go with another interior offensive lineman. I kind of thought they were in pretty good shape here. So this one, I like the player, Harrison, but this is kind of an interesting pick for me.
Yeah, I thought he was kind of a fringe round 1, round 2 guy.
Value's about right.
I thought the Chiefs at 32 could have been an option for Ruiz, but he goes a little higher than I had expected. He goes to the Saints with the number 24 overall pick. He's only 20, so a young prospect here who's got some upside, but the first interior offensive lineman is off the board.
Yeah, I mean, you're definitely betting on upside with Ruiz here. You know, they drafted Eric McCoy last year. I thought he played pretty well. They moved up for him. They signed Larry Wofford not that long ago. They just paid Andres Pete. They have Nick Eason as a backup as well. Color me surprised by this pick, and now I wonder if maybe Wofford's on the trade block or a potential cut down the road. The Saints like to invest in the offensive line. Taron Armstead, they paid him heavily. Andres Pete paid him. He was a round 1 pick. Ryan Ramczyk was a first-round pick. And, you know, maybe, I don't think you look moving on from Ramczyk, but I think this is another option on the interior. Maybe it doesn't start right away because of your depth. Maybe you move on from Larry Wofford. But this is a 20-year-old offensive lineman who got better as the year went on and hasn't yet hit his peak. I thought Miami at 26 might have been his best spot here. He's a really good athlete. If you want a player comp from him, think of the former Bronco, now New York Jet, starting center/guard Connor McGovern.
This feels like maybe it's a BPA pick. Maybe the Saints had him higher on their board than than some other teams did, and they said, hey, we're going to take the best player available. We're not just going to think about this year. Because remember, the Saints are in a position, Tom, where they don't necessarily need to draft, for just this year. They have a lot of good players. They're obviously a contending team, so they're thinking about the future as well. So grade the pick for us, A, B, C, D, or F.
Makes me think that the Saints kind of got scraped up here and ended up wanted to take Kenneth Murray and didn't quite get that chance. Look, you got to take care of your body, right? Right, Harrison?
Yes.
That doesn't just include eating well. It also makes sure that you groom yourself well, and your significant other will thank you, and your balls will thank you as well with the Manscaped Lawnmower 3.0. You can get their Big Perfect Bumble as well if you head to manscaped.com/chat. That will automatically apply 20% off for you. Harrison, I was talking to your fiance, and she said that she really needed this for you.
Whoa.
What am I going to do if she slides in my DMs?
Stick to your love life. I'll stick to my love life. Manscaped.com/chat. I will say.
Do you need this one?
Very good product. No, I'm set back home.
Okay.
I'm good to go. I've already used this bad boy. Manscaped.com/chat, 20% off. You are just getting under my skin right now. As does the lawnmower.
Hey, it's not going to cut you up, though.
Hey,
it's not what it does.
In all honesty, eliminate razor burn. Just go to Manscaped.
Yeah. All right, so we got a joke. What did Cinderella do when she got to the ball? I'm a little surprised Mitch didn't get to do this one. Do you have a guess here, Harrison?
I don't have a guess.
Okay.
This is out of left field for me.
We will let some come in here. But when Cinderella got to the ball, someone said danced. I saw someone get it right, so we'll give it away. When Cinderella got to the ball, she gagged. Come on. Seriously?
F. I know Mitchell
That's a
Renz.
great joke.
I know Mitchell Renz came up with this one.
Mitch is giggling over there in the corner.
It's a bad joke. I'm giving it an F. Grade the joke, A, B, C, D, or F. I don't think it's very good.
Okay.
Manscaped is an A.
It's a little dirty, but
The joke
just saying
is an
it.
F.
Yeah, just saying.
All right, Vikings fans, type skull, represent the Vikings in the comment section as we get back on track here at our live 2020 NFL draft coverage. Type skull. We'll get some shout-outs going here, Tom, as Vikings fans try to represent themselves down in the comments.
Yeah, I think you guys can show up. You already got a receiver in Justin Jefferson. Now I'm looking at Epinesa, the edge out of Iowa. I think fits typically what they don't mind doing. And then I think corner here makes sense. I mocked them Christian Fulton. I'm a big fan of his. I would love They do love their corners.
I like Fulton. For whatever reason, it seems like the NFL is not as high on him as you are or I am. But I think at pick 25, he is certainly worth taking.
Yeah, so again, it's a little hit and miss there, Harrison.
Yeah, the Treadwell one stands out to me. He was expected to be very good, and he's done basically zero. Trey Wayne's a good pick, but obviously he is no longer in the mix. Garrett Bradbury, I thought that was a reach last year. I thought he was more of a round 2 guy. So they really need to hit here, do the Minnesota Vikings.
I think you took care of receiver, so now you're looking at D option if they try to trade Anthony Harris on day 2 or day 3.
You got to keep that in mind because they're certainly open to trading Harris for the right offer. Grant Delpit is an option. Xavier McKinney is still on the board, so we will see what they do here at pick number 25.
So Vikings here, they are on the clock, although I think they might just be moving out here, Harrison.
Yeah, it looks like there's going to be a trade as the Vikings, we're still waiting for official word, but they are trading out of pick number 25 as we speak. We'll get those details to you guys as soon as we have them.
I am being told that it is the 49ers who are coming up here, so they trade down. Now they're jumping up.
Got to be receiver, right?
I could see Trayvon Diggs.
Corner or
he
receiver?
Fits what they want to do at corner. But maybe it's receiver. Dang.
Receivers have been falling, so San Francisco needs a receiver. So if they felt like they couldn't wait till 31, move up to 25 and get your guy. Get Denzel Mims and draft him at the wide receiver.
Has jumped onto the clock at number 25 overall. I think we're going to bring Thomas Mott here as we continue to simulcast on our Niners and our main chat sports channel. Surprise, Niners fans, you're back on the clock here at number 25 overall. Get your comments going. Who do you think San Francisco is going to miss? Mott as well. So, Mott, initial reaction here. What do you think San Francisco's doing?
Well, it's a good thing I had my phone on me, and my boss Brett texted me to get on quickly because I'm watching the draft on my TV, so I'm streaming it in. I'm not watching on cable, so I'm like a minute behind. I had no idea that they made this trade. I have no idea what they gave up, but you got to think wide receiver, right? This has got to be San Francisco moving up to get their wide receiver. But let me ask you this, Tom, and we're going to get the details of the trade here in a second. San Francisco has no second or third round draft picks. What did they give up to come back into the first round? It's probably 31 plus that 4th round draft pick that they got originally for their first trade. I don't know.
Yeah, you're right on that one. I just saw these come across. They are giving up 117, which is that 4th round pick they got from the Bucs. They are also moving pick number 176, that late 4th round pick. So they're moving up for somebody they desperately wanted, Thomas.
Okay, so let's go ahead and figure out who that is. We know it's going to be a wide receiver unless they, want to make me 0 for 3 tonight with all my wrong picks I've had so far. If it's a wide receiver, it's either going to be Denzel Mims out of Baylor, it could be Laviska Shenault, or kind of a closet guy who was at once thought to be the best receiver in this draft, T. Higgins out of Clemson. I mean, T. Higgins has seen a massive drop in his draft stock since he was, I think, pre-draft considered to be one of the top 3, top 4 guys. This feels like it could be a T. Higgins, and if not Higgins, then probably Denzel Mims.
Yeah, I think receiver, looking at my top guys, I'll rattle these off real fast as this pick is almost in. Denzel Mims, Laviska Shenault, T. Higgins, KJ Hamler, Brandon Ayuk, all top 50 prospects on the board for me. But Thomas, this pick is in. After trading up to number 25 overall, Thomas Mott, the San Francisco 49ers have selected Brandon Ayuk, the wide receiver out of Arizona State.
All right, so for everyone who hates on Mel Kiper's mock drafts, you got to give Mel this one. Mel Kiper had Brandon Ayuk coming back into the first round when no one else did. To me, Brandon Ayuk was a early second-round draft pick. He was behind, in my opinion, a Mims, and he was definitely behind a T. Higgins, and you probably could put him behind a Jalen or a Laviska Shenault as well, but you are getting a receiver who has a tremendous upside and tremendous ability to become a number one wide receiver. They're making this pick for the potential that he has, not necessarily what he's done at Arizona State, although he did have a very good season last year with the with Arizona State. But you get a guy like Brandon Ayuk, and you're expecting him to become the number one wide receiver. You see the size there, perfect size as a wide receiver. Obviously, 4.5 is not as quick as they were hoping. And again, we had talked about the 49ers getting that deep threat vertical wide receiver. Brandon Ayuk can still be that fantastic catch radius and the ability to catch those jump balls. I like the pick, but the question is he the next best receiver on the board? Was this the next best guy? Did all the mock drafts have it wrong? Or is San Francisco reaching a little bit and going over the Denzel Mims of the world, going over the T. Higgins of the world for Brandon Ayuk?
I'm going to bring up a nickname for Brandon Ayuk for what you Niners fans can expect. It's Brandon Ayak, because that's where he wins. He is a playmaker and a monster in yards after the catch. He is explosive. He's not necessarily a true burner, but he was a good return man. He's effective in screens. This Niners offense with Deebo Samuel and Brandon Ayuk is going to be a potentially dynamic option in terms of after the catch for San Francisco. That's pretty impressive there. My concerns here are this. Had a core muscle surgery back on April 6th. I thought it might drop him out of round one. Although he projects as a possible downfield threat in terms of his size and his catch radius and his hands, he wasn't that at Arizona State. Now, I tend to blame that on the quarterback play, but last year, Thomas, he had one catch of 20-plus yards downfield in terms of in the air. That's not great.
Well, and exactly what you said in terms of he's projecting to be a downfield player, and they're probably hoping that Kyle Shanahan can scheme him open to create him and make him become a down-to-the-field player. But now you look at San Francisco's offense, which you just mentioned. I talked about it at number 14 overall when they decided to go defense. The offense has very few holes. The only hole was a wide receiver. And for an offseason that was filled with, will they go ahead and keep Jimmy Garoppolo? Could they sign Tom Brady? They have now gone to Jimmy Garoppolo and basically said, Jimmy, listen, we trust you. We're going to get you a little bit extra help here and getting you another wide receiver, and hopefully you take that offense to the next level. Now, we know the Niner passing game with George Kittle was very, very good last year, and obviously Deebo Samuel started a little bit slow and then eventually became honestly a bright spot in the passing attack of San Francisco. But other than Samuel and George Kittle, they basically had no one. Kendrick Bourne, a drop machine. Dante Pettis, MIA. We haven't seen anything from him in a long time. And Marquise Goodwin, about to turn 30 years old and had 12 catches last year. They had to get a wide receiver. Maybe it's not the one that Niner fans were expecting, but we got to trust Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch, who have had very good drafts, obviously, during their short tenure as GM and head coach of San Francisco. They must have liked this guy enough and figured he would not be there at 31 to come up 6 picks to number 25 overall. Get rid of that 4th-round draft pick I praised them for getting and go ahead and land Brandon Ayuk from Arizona State.
Maybe they were worried about a team like Seattle or even Miami or Baltimore or Green Bay taking him. There were some teams that could go receiver there. I'm not that high on Ayuk. I thought there were better receivers on the board. But in terms of fit, I worry you might have to scheme for him early. Guess what? You're going to be able to do that with the Kyle Shanahan offense. So I do like that perspective from San Francisco, even though I had better receivers on the board. Now, I remind everybody this pick is brought to you by Manscaped. Take care of your junk. Your balls will thank you, and it won't be uncomfortable and hairy and itchy because nobody wants that. Nobody. Not your significant other. Nobody involved. Manscaped.com/chat. That's manscaped.com/chat will save you 20% off on the Lawnmower 3.0. They got a whole bunch of other items on there as well. You can get their perfect package, which includes some refreshments, I'll call them, for your balls. I think you guys know what I'm implying there. Manscaped.com/chat. That will save you 20% off. We'll get that link in the comments and the description for you guys as well. The
And
pick
now-
is in for the Miami Dolphins. DeAndre Swift goes number 26 overall to the Dolphins. They don't go offensive line. They go running back instead. The general consensus number one offense or back on the board. I like J.K. Dobbins better. DeAndre Swift goes number 26 overall out of Georgia. The Dolphins now have their stud back. They did add Jordan Howard in free agency. Now they get Swift in round one, number 26 overall, the first running back off the board as we bring in Harrison Graham. Welcome back for the Dolphins pick.
Yeah, DeAndre Swift, the first running back off the board. Kind of a curious couple of picks after taking Tua, number 5 overall from Miami. They go Austin Jackson, the tackle out of USC at 18. Now they get DeAndre Swift. They do need a running back, to be fair.
Yeah, they do.
I kind of lead toward you more, though, that I don't know if drafting a running back in the first round really makes sense anymore unless it's a Christian McCaffrey who's going to catch you 80-plus balls every single year. But Swift does have some game-breaking ability. He's a good player. Maybe it's a little rich for him, but he probably was the most complete back in this year's draft.
And so we'll see what ends up being what the Dolphins end up doing with the rest of their second-round picks. How about a comp here for you? How about D'Angelo Williams? At his best, of course, yeah.
Yeah.
He had the best yards per carry in Georgia history, even more than Todd Gurley did.
I think he's.
That's fair.
I think he's a receiving wise. He's Duke Johnson, but he's a good runner as well. He's got some speed. I think he's got some big play ability. I thought he'd be more of an early round 2 guy, but overall he goes number 26.
Oh, wait a minute. We got a trade at the last second here. So the Dolphins have traded down last second. The Packers are now on the clock at number 30 overall. Okay. How about this one? Last second
Shocker.
move here. Interesting from Green Bay. I'm curious. The Packers give up pick number 136 overall.
So the Dolphins actually backed out of this pick. This is what we are hearing. That Swift was going to be the pick, but at the last minute, they have found a trade partner with the Green Bay Packers who are now on the clock here at pick number 26.
So Packers bail here. The Dolphins bail here last second, and Green Bay is now on the clock in round 1. Got to be receiver, or is it Patrick Queen? Getting ahead of the Ravens.
I would love Denzel Mims here.
I love Mims' fit with Green Bay. I really do.
I think it's a good fit. I think it's what they need. I think he's an ideal weapon opposite of Devontae Adams, both stylistically and just for the fact that they need a number 2 receiver. They have not had one in a while. Valdez-Scantling, I think, can be a number 3 type. You put him in the slot, but he is not a number 2. I think Mims can be that guy.
I think a linebacker or receiver here is the likely path for the Green Bay Packers. There has been an early run on receivers so far. Brandon Ayuk, a surprise pick in round 1. Curious to see what Green Bay does. It's fascinating here.
Yeah, trading up from pick number 30 to 26 here. So just sliding up a few spots.
A last-second move.
Feels like receiver to me because a lot have gone recently. So if they're serious about getting Mims or one of the top guys, you got to move up to get them because there's been a run of them here in round 1.
I think Patrick Queen makes sense here for the Packers if they want to go linebacker. That jumps them over Baltimore.
Yep.
Maybe they're worried about Seattle or the Ravens as well.
Ravens could go Queen or Mims.
That they absolutely
Quite frankly,
could.
they have similar needs, Baltimore and Green Bay do.
I mock Denzel Mims to Green Bay. Shenault, Higgins, and Hamler might not end up going in round 1, especially with the medical concerns around Shenault. If they wanted Mims, this might have been the time to go up and get him.
I don't love Shenault in Green Bay because he's kind of a do-it-all type of player, and I don't think with Aaron Rodgers, he's running the show. Like, he's not going to give up snaps for Shenault to do some weird Wildcat stuff, which is how you can use him. So we will see what the pick ends up being here for the Green Bay Packers.
Yeah, so that pick will be in just a minute, but maybe they end up doing something crazy here instead. They jump Seattle, Baltimore, and Tennessee to get up to this pick.
With the number 26 pick in the 2020 NFL Draft, the Green Bay Packers have traded up to select Jordan Love, the Utah State quarterback, a true stunner. Not only, Tom, do the Packers trade up, they take maybe Aaron Rodgers' heir apparent.
No maybe about it. You trade up in round 1 to get a quarterback. This is your heir apparent for the Green Bay Packers. When the Packers drafted Aaron Rodgers, Brett Favre was 35 years old. Today, the Packers draft Jordan Love when Aaron Rodgers is 35 years old. So Love goes to Green Bay, one of the biggest boom or bust prospects in this year's draft class. I loved him in 2018. The production was awesome, made a bunch of plays. This past year, he regressed. And part of that was because that Utah State team was garbage. It was Jordan Love and one other returning starter. I think it was a right tackle on the offensive line. The release is pretty. The upside is awesome. He's got the size, the athletic ability. There are some incredible gutsy throws that make perfect sense, that are just incredible to watch. I want to love him. But man, this year was not good. There were a lot of mistakes. He needs time to sit and develop. His fit is going to be essential. Green Bay's a pretty darn good fit for him.
It is. Look, you sit behind a guy who's done it for a long time. Now, I don't know if Aaron Rodgers is the type to groom a young quarterback, but nonetheless, he'll get to learn some from behind one of the all-time greats in Aaron Rodgers. Jordan Love is maybe the most YOLO quarterback I've ever watched. Like, he will make throws where you're just, like, blown away in terms of greatness, and then he'll make decisions where you're like, dude, there's not even a receiver in the camera frame when you threw that ball. What are you thinking? He's got the physical tools. Keep in mind, too, Tom, new coaching staff last year at Utah State, as most of that staff left
was a lesser coaching staff.
Left for Texas Tech. Yeah, it was not the same. If you watch some of the route concepts they ran, it was not pretty. But this is certainly probably the most interesting pick of round one.
It certainly is. So you guys can grade this one. I think we're going to be all over the map on this one. I think we're going to see a lot of A's and F's here coming in. I'm going to give it a C. We will probably know 3-4 years, somewhere in that time frame, if this was a brilliant move by Green Bay or if they wasted a first-round pick at the back end of Aaron Rodgers' career there. It's a fascinating situation. One note on Jordan Love, by the way. He wanted to be named, his dad wanted to name him Michael Jordan Love. That was overruled by his mother there. So we'll go back this year.
I'm thinking Jonathan Taylor here, Tom. That's what
I'm feeling.
That's what I'm feeling. JT,
if they go
another
running back
who can't catch to Seattle.
If
who
they
says
go
no?
running back, I'm out. There's no way that's the route they go here. I think offensive line, defensive line, receiver. That's the path you go.
Josh
if you're
Jones.
Seattle
Hawks fans are. Will Seattle make a good pick? Type Y for yes, type N for no. LJ Collier.
Swift is there.
Not looking very good last
year. He is
year.
on the board.
By the way, Swift is available
because the Dolphins traded down.
The Dolphins decided not to take him at the last second.
Oh, God.
They might do it.
Don't know. They're not going to do it.
Type Y for yes, type N for no.
Do it.
Do you think they'll make a good pick here?
I hope that they do. They kind of need one after their recent track record, quite frankly.
Yetur Gross-Matos?
I wouldn't mind that one. I didn't mock it,
but they're still a good team because they have Russell Wilson. I'm higher on the coaching staff. I know you don't like the way they approach things, but they're coming off another year in the playoffs. So if you get another impact player here, that could certainly maybe take them over the top in the NFC West.
Sorry about the little hiccup there I think we had on our stream. Our apologies, folks. But we're still here. Seattle on the clock. Their pick is not yet in. I'm super curious what path that they end up going here, Harrison.
Yeah, just
because they go in a lot of different directions.
Yeah, they trade down a lot historically.
So they'd love to.
We keep joking. I don't think they'll take a running back here, though. That would be another stunner.
They won't.
I like Gross-Matos here.
I don't mind that one. I think you need a bendier edge rusher because you got a lot of bigger body guys in Collier and Graham.
Collier is a modern day 3-tech. Like slide him inside, get Gross-Matos on the edge. I think that benefits you. That's a double whammy. Collier's better in there, then you get a good edge rusher. I think it makes sense.
I agree with that one there. All right, Harrison, let's play a game here for you. How about that?
All right, let's do it. I'm slacking on Twitter. You and Mitch, you guys just run laps around me. So let's get me some followers at HGramNFL on Twitter. I'm at 731. We got 24,000 live on YouTube. Can I get to 1,000? That's like 0.2% of you guys follow me on Twitter. I think we can get there. I'll pull up my Twitter page here. We'll get some shout-outs going here as they come in. So I'm at 731 as of now.
We can get you to
I think we can get to 1,000.
That's doable here.
How many did you get earlier when you did it? There were a few more watching earlier.
I didn't.
Lost count?
Check. There were so many coming in because you guys are awesome. I have no idea.
So we appreciate you guys who follow us on social media at HGramNFL. I'm waiting for these to populate. All right, here we go. John Waldeck, Mr. Payne, CJ Larson, Affirmative Athletics, Momo Trader. These are coming in pretty quick here, Tom, so I'm trying to refresh as fast as I can. Taylor, Money Mike, Kames Jarls, John Waldeck, as you guys continue to follow me on Twitter. Greatly appreciate it. I'll shout out as many of you guys as I can. I'm at HGramNFL. Trying to help me get to 1,000 followers on Twitter.
All right, so Seattle's recent round one picks as well. Thank you very much for that. To everyone following Harrison, I should say. This is not great. This this is not great, Harrison. These recent picks by the Seattle Seahawks. You guys are reacting, and I don't like this. I don't know what just happened, but I think something happened here. So we'll see what happens here.
Wow.
But I don't
you
know.
look at recent history, L.J. Collier, Rashad Penny, Jermaine Ifedi, who's now with the Bears, Bruce Irvin, James Carpenter.
Okay, I'm not going to look. My head is down. I'm not looking.
We're waiting for the pick to come
You guys
in
got me
for
worried here.
the Seattle Seahawks.
You guys got me worried. Let me know when I'm allowed to look back up.
With the number 27 pick in the 2020 NFL Draft, the Seattle Seahawks select Jordan Brooks, linebacker, Texas Tech.
But why? So fun fact, shout out Jordan Brooks for being right. He told me at the Combine he thought he was going to go in round 1. I don't know why you would take Jordan Brooks over Patrick Queen.
That's pretty shocking.
I don't know what Seattle's doing here. This isn't a major need for them. Look, Jordan Brooks has some great athletic ability. I don't really trust him in coverage right now. As a downhill attacker, he's fine. Harrison, you've watched a ton of Big 12 football. What do you make of Jordan Brooks?
I do like Brooks. I think he's like a round 3 guy, though, which is
that's what he is.
What you graded him as. Look, incredibly productive. He had like 340 tackles in 4 seasons, 4-year starter at Texas Tech. Kind of like Kenneth Murray with Oklahoma. He is not the Texas Tech sucks on defense, so all their players suck. He's not that. He's a good player, but round 1,
where are you playing him?
It's F, right? Is this the first
You
F?
have Bobby Wagner. You still got KJ Wright. Are you going to dump KJ Wright? He's been a 3rd-round pick last year on Cody Barton, 5th-round pick on Ben Burkervin. You got Shaq Griffin.
Grade the pick. It's got to be an F.
I don't understand
Especially with Queen on the board.
I am so surprised by this pick.
What's their scouting department do every year? Do they just not watch film?
Okay, let me try and Seahawks fans are going to be pissed at me, whatever. I'm right, but it's fine because you haven't drafted well in the first round like 4 years. Jordan Brooks, think Zach Brown. Going to be a tackling machine, 20 tackles for losses, an All-American at Texas Tech. I think he's best in a downhill scheme. Yeah. Good athlete, 4.54 40-yard dash. He's a good run stopper. He can shed blocks. He's a good athlete. He's not good in coverage. No. He's going to turn 23 as a first-year player. I don't trust him in coverage. And if I don't trust the player in coverage at linebacker, what am I doing with him?
Yeah, I mean,
he's your 3rd-best linebacker. In the 2020 NFL season, and with where we are, you don't spend a first-round pick on your 3rd-best linebacker in a 4-3 scheme. That's stupid.
Yeah, that's bad. Especially, I mean, you just look at that division, too. Like, the Cardinals are going to be slinging it 50 times a game. How is he going to drop back in coverage? The Rams want to throw the ball a bunch. I just don't love this pick overall for the Seahawks.
Yeah, so Niners fans, we're going to end your stream here in a little bit along with our Cowboys Report stream, so make sure you're over here on our main channel. Who has more wins, Seattle or the 49ers, 12 or 49, Harrison?
I mean, the 49ers, especially after that, I don't want to overreact to one draft pick. I just think the 49ers are a more complete team. Obviously, Russell Wilson's better than Jimmy G, but 49ers have a top 5 defense. They have a top 10 offense. They're well coached. They have good ownership. I just like what that organization is doing right now. Now, maybe there's a Super Bowl loss hangover. I don't really necessarily believe in that. The schedule will certainly be tougher, but I'm going with the 49ers.